All right.
Yes.
All right, tell me when.
Hello and welcome to episode 82 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I am Jeffrey.
I'm Brian.
We're two guys drinking beer. We have our friends on as usual. And we got way too much crap to talk about this week.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Ray, he's the typical, not I say typical, he was our first token. Now we
Token
got a
guest
second-
host.
now we have a second token, which is unheard of.
That's what we need to call it, the show, the Token Show.
Let people think we're small smoking weed the whole show. The Token Show.
I'm definitely not doing that the entire show.
Nope.
No, we could bullshit for a while, but there's so much shit to go into.
Yeah. Let's get into the local topics.
Let's just dive into this crap.
Are we doing local first?
Sure. Why isn't it at the very top? I usually do. Where the hell is the local? Oh, that's why. We're gonna work our way into the local.
We are? Okay.
Nope, never mind. That makes sense actually. Oh yeah, that's why the two officers killed were in Virginia, right?
Yeah. We can. The first couple of topics we don't have to talk about.
Yeah, well, no, the queen is what? She's been the queen for 70 years now.
Yes. This
Okay,
on
the
Sunday.
queen's dead.
No. There's been a report on the No Agenda show that somebody saw her in the back of a Land Rover around Christmas time.
Right, evading paparazzi.
But we haven't got a confirmation yet that it wasn't she wasn't stuffed like a taxidermy thing and just riding around in the back.
Or a Kim Jong-un lookalike style.
Yes, exactly.
Effigy of the queen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care. I don't like the idea of royalty. I think it's ridiculous. I've gone over this several times. But yeah, Bridgewater. There's a Bridgewater in like every state in this country, by the way.
Yeah, this is way out in the country near
There's a
West
lot of country.
Virginia.
Oh, it's West Virginia.
It's not West Virginia. It's Virginia, but it's out towards the border.
Western Virginia.
Yes. These are two officers that were part of the college police force. They were the first responders to the incident. They stopped this guy because there was a report that he was in an area he wasn't supposed to be in, and he just pulled the gun that he had and shot him.
They got him in custody, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah. He was a former student.
Ah. Do they know why he went nuts?
I haven't paid that much attention to it. I'll look at it. I'll look for it and do a update on the next show.
If you remember.
No, you won't.
That's true. If I remember, somebody make a note of that.
Okay.
You guys lead in the next one. I'll actually set up the Google Doc for next week right now and move it over.
Yeah. So the new lieutenant governor here in Virginia came out and said that the Black Caucus shouldn't be called the Black Caucus anymore because she wasn't allowed into it. She says it should be called the You're Not Black Enough Caucus.
Well, it wasn't because she wasn't allowed in. I thought it's because someone else wasn't allowed in.
It was somebody else.
Okay.
There was another black Republican.
Well, yeah, because you have to be a Congress member to be in a caucus, right?
In that group, yeah.
And if she's the
Lieutenant
governor.
The governor of Virginia, so that's not.
She can't be. She can't be in a caucus.
It wasn't her that was trying to get in. It was another delegate from Virginia, Republican delegate. Yeah.
Can you explain what a caucus is, by the way?
This is a group of people in Congress that typically become a clique and they work together on getting stuff done.
It's another squad, basically.
Like the AOC squad.
I think the more legal terminology would be they levy for causes.
Ooh, yeah.
Look at that. We got legalese. Speak
I don't know about legalese, but
No. What do you call a sea lawyer when you're not at sea? And because you can't call him a lawyer because that's sea lawyers and lawyers are way different. We all know this. But no, you're technically right. And that's the best kind of right.
and this, of course, we talked about this last couple of shows about our new governor tried to put a executive order in place that made it optional to wear masks in schools, and it was made it up to the parents. Well, what the first court thing already went through, and the judge sided with the school districts, and so in those districts that sued Governor Youngkin, they've basically won, so they can keep their mask mandates in place. And to make sure of it, a Virginia judge put a temporary restraining order in place too. I'm just amazed that, none of when the previous governor of Virginia was making up these things and executive orders at the beginning of the pandemic, nobody questioned him, and he got no pushback.
Because the fucking Republican don't got no balls, man.
I am inclined to agree with that.
Or even the lawyer, the judge, they never side with the Republicans. Usually go sided with it. Like, why did he go like, instead of leaving it like, well, let's leave it optional for now,
Well,
There's another court case. They're going to appeal it, and there's another case going through the system too. So, you ready for your local news, Jeffrey?
Is he there?
I don't know.
He's there. He's talking. It's not coming through.
Sorry, I was muted.
He
I
said
coughed a
to-
minute ago and muted and forgot to unmute.
What the hell? You're trying to beat me at a lot of things these days.
What?
I just got the next episode's Google document.
I told you I was going to do that. That's actually why I think that's why I muted it, was so I could do that. Told you I would share it to the next Google Doc already.
Well, yeah, because you want that follow up on that story.
Because none of us will remember to follow up on it. You know that.
You get drunk.
No, that never happens on Saturday night.
Thing is, well, Brian's not going to look at the Google Doc until Tuesday.
Well, I have it open on a tab right now already, so.
So some shit went down in Chicago.
And we're doing Massachusetts.
Oh, we can do Massachusetts. My mistake.
Pick whichever one you want. Which state we want to talk about?
Well,
Let's go Claire.
sure.
Oh,
You started it, so.
yep. JV Pritzker in this state, wonderful governor he is, was caught giving COVID relief money to Black Lives Matter in Cook County for the stated purpose of crime prevention, which has nothing to do with COVID or relief. It's pretty much, as far as I'm considered, blackmail money.
So yeah, slush money. Yep.
And didn't BLM burn down okay, that's not true. Didn't they cause serious disturbances in Chicago, or
Oh yeah.
did this was this to quell them to stop from burning buildings down?
Maybe I honestly think it was probably to stop them from burning businesses down, because during the protests, they were funneling them away from the business and shopping districts into the suburbs.
Yeah, that's
And-
the McCloskey thing, right?
Yep. And it's not very well covered even out here, and I live right outside of Cook County. So
Was the McCloskeys there? Was that, or is that Wisconsin?
I think that was Minnesota.
Yeah, that's Minnesota.
All right.
The McCloskey thing. Yeah, no, this was I would say that this was a Lori Lightfoot issue, because I believe she was the one that ordered the raising of the bridges.
Yeah,
Protect the
keep
district.
That's right.
them out of the cities, like keep them in the suburbs. It's like,
Mhm.
okay, but as much as you don't want to believe it, your suburban homeowners actually pay a butt ton of tax.
Yep. But
No,
she's
because they're making enough money to actually pay income tax. Which I know that sounds crazy to say, but most Americans actually don't pay income tax. They're actually making enough money to pay incomes. Plus, they got property tax because they're not renting. They actually own a piece of land. You know what I mean? And you know, they got cars. They're not taking the train. These guys actually have some money, and then you go and divert the riots into their neighborhoods, and you destroy their property. It's like, all right, we can, you know, you have insurance, but what insurance only paid out like half what was needed in Seattle, I think, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, Like,
And some of the
you
businesses
burn your
don't
house
even-
down, you're like, F you can build back half your house.
Yeah.
And some of the businesses that they burn down don't even have insurance.
Probably
Um,
most of them.
That's stupid.
Well,
I
if it's a
agree.
little mom and pop business, they may not be able to afford it. You know, it might just be scraping by to stay in business.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but realistically, before you open up an actual storefront business, you're usually established enough to actually do stuff. You know what I mean? Like if I'm gonna start selling hand forged melee weapons, I'm gonna have been doing it in my backyard for a very long time. Have what I put aside what I need for insurance and everything. Like I might burn down the neighborhood with this thing, you know, or you know, I don't know, or I might get robbed, or I might have to shoot someone to defend my property. Just in
Yeah.
general, you open a storefront, you usually have everything in place for like insurance purposes.
But this also
So-
does raise the question: is this misappropriation of government funds?
Oh no, that's
Yeah, it's definitely that.
a real crime.
It's just a matter of proving it in the state of Illinois.
Yeah. Good luck.
Speaking of big riots causing lots of damage, I want to swerve into another topic real quick because it has to do with it's GoFundMe. The truckers that
We have a whole thing about the truck.
I know. Can I just cover this one little aspect of it real quick?
All right.
Their GoFundMe account was shut down, their campaign, and the money's being returned because GoFundMe says that they're now a terrorist group.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what made you go to there.
You talked about CHOP.
All right.
GoFundMe didn't shut down people wanting to support.
Ah, that was the connection.
Yeah, sorry.
All right. No, it would have been good if you had brought this back later and I could have hit the circle back sound clip. We'll circle back to that later.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, shit. I wish I was ready for that. I should have done that right now.
We're circling back.
We will circle back on this.
We're circling back to local news.
Yeah, Massachusetts. Hold on, what's this Joe Biden thing?
He's not Massachusetts.
Yeah, the inflation was supposed to roll into Massachusetts in terms of costs. That's why this is happening.
What
My
inflation?
area, the entire east coast of Massachusetts, they're trying to develop into essentially urban housing. And the coast of Massachusetts, besides Boston and a couple cities, is basically little tiny towns. And they're fishing communities.
No
and
more
it's
Cape
great.
Cod.
Yeah, Cape Cod, Situate, Marshfield, Duxbury. That's just a little section that's right on the coast. And these are little towns that no one's ever heard of. Situate you might see Situate on the news once in a while.
I've heard of them.
Well, because it's like they show a storm, that's usually where they show how far up the coast it is. Between Plymouth and Boston, it's like another mile marker. Which is funny because everyone thinks it's Scituate because it's SCI. But yeah, they want to put in apartment buildings, and they're saying if these towns do not do it, and it's all the way from the North Shore down all the way down to the South Shore, all the way out to Worcester.
Who wants
is
to put them in? The state,
the state, yeah,
developers.
the state's gonna withhold funding to these towns and cities if they don't put in this high density
Is
housing.
that to get people out of Boston? Is that like the?
They're getting, it costs too much to live in Massachusetts. Housing is ridiculous. It's absolutely asinine. And they're hoping that this, by building a whole bunch of homes, it'll bring down the price of a home. But the problem is everyone else who already owns a home
Has to
is-
sell their home
well,
in order
that's,
for them to build the apartment. So they
that's
ain't
a
gonna
big-
go cheap.
that's a big part of it, is a handful of people have to sell their property. And anyone else who owns a home that doesn't have to sell it is looking at this saying, now you're building 900,000 more or whatever, or okay, not that many, but however many more. And that brings down the value of my home. You know,
Yeah.
what made a lot of this property very valuable was there wasn't much of it, and not many people could live there.
Well, there's never
Mm.
gonna be any more land, you know, that
That's what volcanoes are for.
well, unless you're China, you know, building your own islands.
Dubai did it too.
Hawaii
Oh,
did it. They just sprouted out of the ocean.
Oh, you could be like Russia and take over another country.
There you go.
But
Do
yeah,
you
I'm
want to?
concerned
Okay. Do you want to talk about?
Well, I'm just a
Um,
little bothered because if Pembroke loses
Yeah.
government funds, I'm pretty sure Pembroke would be okay because we could figure out what we're gonna do. But the people in charge refuse to cut a budget.
No, you never cut.
No,
Didn't we talk about this last year?
yes, it's
The
actually
next
after,
topic.
this was passed a year ago and it's finally coming into effect.
Okay.
No, actually, yeah.
Like, you remember that we talked last week about Norfolk, the city of Norfolk, what to do with the money and stuff like that?
Yeah. What they do?
No, but I'm saying, like, why you like? Do we like why we have to be dependent on the federal government? Why can't we be a self-sufficient city or state? You know?
Everyone wants their hands out.
Yeah, but stop doing that. Like, why are you charging me property tax if you're not gonna use it for the property? What, you know, like, what the hell? And there's all this government jobs that are like after 20 years, get what, you get a pension. Like, nobody else does that. I don't know, in the private sector.
I think these lockdowns opened a door. Or, I'm sorry, cracked a window that's going to lead to a door that a lot of people haven't. It's been brought up but aren't talking about. And essential workers. Gesundheit. Apparently 70% of the population can just not work and we can maintain a society, which makes me think that 70% of the population is unnecessary.
How should we get rid of them?
No, not to get rid of them, but they have skills that are just, they're not needed. It's like, oh, I can do this weird thing. It's like, cool. Like, I love art. Like, but do you know how to grow food? You know? If we can manage to shut, granted, we're paying for it now, but I don't know, I think they made a big point that a lot of people are starting to now realize that how many people are still not working.
A lot.
We could always go with the human manure and kill and just let the people that, you know, want to eat cheap do that and kill themselves off.
Honestly, I say open society up. If you don't want to go to work, you're the one who gets to starve instead of the guy who has been at work the whole time.
Yeah.
But isn't afraid. Because now that a lot of these places are saying, like, you don't need to get a shot. That's only if you want to go to work. It's like, so I'll starve to death.
I think you're kind of missing the point. They're driving a wedge in between society, and that's the problem.
Well, yeah, you don't need to fight them all. You just need to convince the pitchfork people that the torch people want to take the pitchforks away.
And vice
Right.
versa.
All right.
Well,
Oh my God, did you see this? I think it was UMass maybe or a high school.
I thought we had a similar topic to this last year.
We may well have. Oh, this is a variant too.
It was IKEA.
Yeah, it was IKEA.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
It's
Like
they
fried
did
chicken
like
and
a-
watermelon.
Yeah.
A actually very well-known private high school in Massachusetts that people pay a lot of money to go to. They have an amazing hockey program. A lot of them going to play college hockey and even professional. Zavarian. In honor of Black History Month, the first day of school in February, they had fried chicken for lunch.
That
That
sounds
is
delicious to me.
fantastic. That is fantastic.
I love when the woke people do the really racist stuff, you know?
Hopefully they had cornbread with it.
God, y'all can eat your cornbread
Watermelon, grape soda. I mean,
and grape drink.
Great
let's
bug
just
juice.
highlight the fact that we're not racist here. We just love making fun of these stereotypes.
No, that's exactly what it is. We're making fun of the stereotypes. And these woke people like give them fried chicken and watermelon. They love it.
Well, Morgan
Please.
Freeman came out years ago saying he didn't want a Black History Month.
That was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Well, they're trying to redefine what he said now.
What do you mean?
They're trying to explain why he said it.
Why did he said it?
He
He,
didn't
well,
wanna
he
be-
said it because he thought having a month for Black History Month was racist. There ain't
Yes.
no White History Month. There's no Jewish History Month. You know, we should be talking about American history, which is everybody 12 months out of the year. He said
Yeah.
you'll never get rid of racism until you start thinking like that.
Yeah. You stop calling me a black man, I'll stop calling you a white man. And
Yep.
that's when the dude was like, oh, well, I'm Jewish. He goes, okay.
Yeah.
Do you want a Jewish History Month? He's like, no, I don't want Jewish History Month. Yeah, that was
Hey, I
20
bet
years
you-
ago.
I bet you know how they do the Spanish heritage thing on September.
I thought it was on Cinco de Mayo.
No, September.
Wah,
September
wah,
does-
wah.
But anyways, I bet you if they do even on Cinco de Mayo, let's say for instance they do tacos and stuff, you will not hear nobody complain about it.
What was the 5th of May anyway?
It's just
Wasn't there
Yeah,
Independence Day?
No,
It's
no.
one
it's
state.
Puebla, one state in Mexico, they fight the French and they beat the French.
Okay.
And
But
if
the
you go to
Americans
Mexico,
turned it into a drinking holiday.
yeah, if you go to Mexico,
at
they
that.
don't celebrate it except that state.
I mean, St. Patty's Day is the same way.
I was say the Americans are really good at turning things into drinking holidays.
Yeah.
Well, eggnog? Would you drink eggnog if it wasn't to get drunk?
No,
See?
but I know
What?
people that do.
I like eggnog. I get it, but not an alcoholic one.
Oh, I refuse to drink eggnog. It makes me want to
But you
puke thinking
can't.
of
You're
it.
lactose intolerant. What'd she say? I heard Tina say something.
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, I
I
mean,
thought she was talking about your eggnog drinking.
No, she might have. I don't know. I didn't hear her anyway. I got headphones on.
I find these months stupid. I even refuse to go to like things like Pride Month and stuff. But
Yeah, there you go. Pride Month too.
oh god, yeah.
What?
Why did I open my mouth?
No, I don't know what Pride Month is supposed to be. It's called Pride Month. Is that anything I take? Can I show up in my clan hood? You know what I mean?
You could.
And march down the street next to the chicks with dicks and the lady boys and let me come up with every terrible word I'm not supposed to use. You know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, okay. My friend wanted proof that I went to Pride Month, so I tried to take the picture with the most irritating drag queen ever. A little bit of a story that I just find
Well-
hilarious. And the point was, is I walk up to this drag queen and I'm like, hey, me and my friends have a bet. I would take a picture with the most flamboyant drag queen I could find. And the person opened their mouth, says, well, I'm not really doing drag today. Mind you, full glitter beard, evening wear, wig. And just was like, no, I'm doing a more non-binary thing. I'm like, you'll do.
That's exactly what I need. I do want to get back to Massachusetts for a minute though, because the non-binary thing reminded me of it.
Okay.
Because we're going to circle back to that here in a minute with the Olympics. But Pembroke, Massachusetts dude is on the bobsled team for the United States. 27-year-old, I think his name is Chris Horn.
Uh-huh.
And I had to look online. There's a ton of Olympic athletes this year from Massachusetts. Like 10 members of the hockey team, 3 members of the women's hockey team, some figure skaters, some speed skaters, some downhill skiers, a biathlete. Like, this is nuts. I mean, I understand, there's only a handful of states that get the conditions to do training for this, but this.
How excited are you about the Olympics in China? Are you even watching the Olympics? You planning on watching anything?
I'm going to watch the bobsled competition, I think. I want to see this kid play. And here's something you never seen. Jamaica, we got our bobsled team.
Yeah. I mean, the NBC didn't even send reporters to China.
Well, I mean, that's because Nancy Pelosi's saying, if you step out of line, there's not much we can do to help you. Or if you speak out against the government, there's not much we can do to help you.
Yeah, well, I mean,
As the
if they
government
were
beats
going
the
to speak
crap out
out,
of a
that would be the
reporter.
case because the world is watching. So
Let me ask you this: the way Joe Biden fucked up Afghanistan, pull out, what make you think I would not even go to China? Like, nope, I don't trust Joe Biden to help me at all. If he does help me, he's gonna fuck that shit up.
Yeah, they would release you in a year and you'll end up getting executed.
Yeah.
or you'll have a brain
Even-
disease because
Even
you're
with
in
Trump,
North Korea.
remember when Trump was in office, they released that kid that stole the
We
poster from the
that's,
wall.
we were talking about the same thing. Yeah, he had the brain damage.
Yeah,
he
like
died.
even with Trump, like even no, fuck that. I would not even step in China for a while.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, 10 hockey players. Yeah, that's just, I think it's nuts that are. It's a lot of people from Massachusetts competing in the Olympics. 10 players on the hockey. There's only 6 players on the ice at a time, and one of them's the goaltender.
Goaltender, you gonna spell it goaltender?
Yeah, goalie,
Oh, I thought it goalkeeper, but okay.
goalkeeper, same idea.
Goalie.
Yeah.
I goalie, yeah, but no goaltender.
Honestly,
You
though,
never-
how many states are cold enough to train for the
Exactly.
Winter Olympics? And
Oh, just in New England, you got Massachusetts, New
And,
Hampshire,
and-
Vermont,
and you're
Maine,
dealing
New
with
York.
a hockey team that has no NHL players on it because of COVID-19. The NHL refused to participate.
Oh, that's right.
and then you got the one player from California that's putting on the Chinese uniform.
Oh,
What?
it's a big
Yeah.
issue around that.
Mm.
To do that, she has to denounce her American citizenship. And apparently she did, but she wasn't legally allowed to do it. In terms of her age.
How old is she?
Well, when she denounced her citizenship, she was like 15. And just like a 15-year-old can't give consent to have sex with a 25-year-old.
That was probably the loophole she created on purpose.
This is a while ago. Well, I don't know how long ago, but yeah, I'm surprised that's not actually in the list. I thought we put it in there.
Nobody's talking about it. That's the problem.
We are.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is true, but we keep in the loop more than others.
yeah, we are actually a little too involved. But yeah, she was American born, and her mother was Chinese or something.
Mhm.
And there's a whole big controversy now how she actually wasn't legally allowed to denounce her citizenship.
Does that mean if she wins any medals, they're U.S. medals and Chinese medals?
It means if she competes, maybe it's disqualified because you can't do that, period.
Well, my question is, well, never mind.
Oh, what?
Nothing. I lost it.
All right.
So we got the first openly non-binary player at the Winter Games.
As we circle back.
Yeah, well, we covered the Jamaican bobsled team, so.
So does non-binary compete in men's or women's competitions?
I don't know. It depends on what their schizophrenia tells them to. Oh, he's muted again.
Who is?
Sounds about right. Sorry, I was eating chips. I didn't want it to be crunchy.
No.
No, I've got issues with the
Well, it was
non-binary
figure
community.
skating.
Oh
Huh?
God.
It's figure skating he's in.
Uh,
So it could go either way with it's like couples figure skating.
You know, this thing and
So many
and
jokes.
stuff like that.
There's a picture of him, he, her with his female partner.
Like I honestly don't care too much about it unless it's like in a high school type of competition, because I feel bad for the little girls that trying to compete for like a college, thing, But other than that, like I don't care about everybody else, That's the only thing I honestly care about. Yeah, he looks gay.
Okay. Okay. I'm just gonna say this. Somebody who presents as male, somebody who does all this other stuff, and just it is for all intents and purposes somebody you look at and that's a guy, and doesn't put forth any effort, any doctor's appointments, anything like that. They don't deserve the same respect as trans people. I'm really sorry. And some trans people don't even deserve respect because
Do
they
you
don't
think
put
this is
forth the effort.
for attention?
I think it's for attention and control, honestly.
Because
It's-
most people probably hadn't even heard of this guy before this article came out, talking about this.
Do you really? I mean, even though you're going to China, do you really want to announce that?
Yeah, for extra publicity. Who knows if he's going to
Yeah,
be in the Olympics 4 years from now?
I know, but I'm saying you're going to China. China don't play that game.
Hey, Testicles, you're still muted.
Thank you. I get the idea that it might make you all of a sudden jump out and become popular for a minute.
Who, me?
No, not you. I'm saying
Coming out like that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But if that's not actually, do you want to have to pretend that's who you are for the rest of your life because you made a big deal about it in the Olympics or to get on TV? Or you just say, ha ha ha, fuck you, I took your money and left.
I mean, honestly, this person here, figure skater, they could probably drop out of the public limelight and nobody's going to know who they are in 5 months.
Yeah.
Like Nancy Kerrigan.
Who?
Oh,
Well,
you remember Nancy Kerrigan?
I do. She took a pipe to her biggest
Oh, that was
competitor
her.
and knocked her
That
out
was
of the
her.
Olympics.
Nancy Kerrigan was the one who got hit. Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding hired her or her husband or boyfriend.
Yeah.
Nailed Nancy Kerrigan in the knee right before the Olympic competition so that she could win the gold medal. They were on the same team.
Damn.
And Tanya Harding is still doing that stupid True TV crap, the world's dumbest. She's one of those hosts
I
that
don't watch
comments
much on True TV.
with the guy from the Partridge Family.
I mean,
I know nothing about
Bonaducci.
it.
Danny Bonaducci.
He's got a radio show in California.
these people just disgust me, honestly. Like, they'll do anything for fame or to raise their profile. They'll use any leverage they can to get ahead in the world. And it's sad that you have certain groups that are made to look like idiots to service the needs of the narcissistic.
Well, why is it become, how have we got to the point where being a victim is a virtue?
I have no idea. I really
Uh,
don't.
You know what I mean by that, right?
Yes, I completely do. People think I'm virtuous just because I'm trans and I get weird looks. It's like,
Yeah,
no,
but you choose not to be a victim, right?
no, I don't.
Because
I'd
you have a
rather-
choice.
I'd rather talk with them. I mean, if they hate me, go ahead. But I'll
Well-
change more minds with honey than I will with
Oh yeah.
vitriol.
Yeah.
You could be, you could be a victim or a survivor. And I don't understand why being a victim is such a, why that's points. You know what I mean? In the social credit system.
In a
Why is it
society
virtue?
that celebrates meek and weakness, it's just a natural extension of that.
Yeah, all right, maybe, but I don't know. I think there's a certain point we have to say it's time to figure out how to stand on your own feet and not. No, we talk. Okay, I understand. There's been plenty of people who've been beat to shit, beat to death, because you found out this pretty girl had a dick. I understand that happens, but realistically, let's be fair. It's only like a couple people a year. It's very little of the actual crime, but we're making it sound like this is a thing that happens on a daily basis in every city, you know?
But yeah, I mean, it's just,
We're making hate crime sound like it's more common than it is, basically, you know?
yeah, but
Yeah.
hate crimes bring money and that stuff. But hey, let's get back on topic.
All right.
Going back to China,
Yeah, we got the Olympics.
you saw the reporter got probably, I don't know if it's still alive or not.
If they killed him, that shit went viral. Everyone on the planet who's following anything saw that, and you know it.
Yeah.
That was
he American or
everywhere.
something? Because I saw a video, but they weren't speaking English at all.
No, they're speaking Dutch. But you saw
Okay.
the Chinese guard just like, no, and just
Yeah.
drag the guy away.
Oh, like, oh shit! See, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Well, they let him finish his report.
Yeah.
And then he was deported.
Was it deported?
He was kicked out of the country.
Was he really?
I don't know.
I thought you said he
Oh.
was.
I
I
don't
don't
know. That's no, probably he's in a gulag somewhere.
Oh no!
No,
what happened
no.
was,
China's not going to do anything like that right now with the Olympics on.
what happened was, he did a report out on the street instead of inside of the. Oh my God! Why can't they? I thought
The compound.
Potemkin Village.
That's what they're calling the Olympic Village.
No, that was what North Korea made to make it look like there was food on the shelves in the stores. The Potemkin
And they had to
Village.
pull down things with the pictures on it.
Yeah,
where they're
pictures
all
of
shown.
food, yes. And this reporter decided to take a view of the city versus the actual Potemkin Village that was built
Yeah.
for the Olympics, and they shut it down. Is my opinion anyway. There, I wasn't there. But I think that's what it was. You saw China and not the fake city they built for the world.
Yeah.
Where's my foil hat, huh?
I mean, never mind.
So in other big news this week, the Pentagon suffered a security breach.
Yes, they did.
They had a chicken
Uh-oh.
get into the system.
They did, and
Nobody knows where the chicken came from.
Is it actually chicken?
Yeah,
an actual live chicken. Well,
They named the chicken the Henny Penny.
I understand why it was actually taken into custody like a prisoner.
Yeah, it has
What?
to. Could be a bomb chicken.
There could be a bomb. Seriously, it could be a bomb. We've
What
done
is
it
this
with
called?
dolphins.
The Joe by the chicken. You don't know how it got there.
Well, what's funny is that chicken was actually friends. I say
Mhm.
friends with. She had been on The View.
Oh, did she? What'd they talk about?
Well, this took me a while. I had to go back a couple years to find this.
All right.
And it took me a long time, but this is an interview between Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Reid, the redhead, right?
Sure.
And the
Yeah,
chicken
yeah.
that was taken into custody recently.
Riveting conversation.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm gonna make that joke every time.
Claire acted like she didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, like you didn't know that joke was coming.
Hey, I
right?
could know it's coming, but the problem is
funny
it's
every
still
time.
just horrible every time. Yeah.
Apparently, I ripped that joke off. I thought that was my joke.
Oh yeah.
No, I really thought I made that joke up. I found out apparently Family Guy did it like 6 years ago. And it was actually The View. And they were all sitting around clucking at each other. Then all of a sudden one of them starts yelling real loud and like, "Cluck, cluck, cluck," and stands up and laid an egg. And they're all standing there and cluck and look at it. I was like, I ripped off the Family Guy and I didn't even realize it.
Subconsciously.
Possibly. I mean, it's possible I never saw the joke before, but I bet I did because I used to watch that show regularly until maybe 5 or 6 years ago. You know, I thought I came up with a really funny joke, you know. I'm still going to use it anyway. All right. Well, we had we have a whole bunch of Whoopi stuff, don't we?
Yes.
She got suspended for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's privilege, just a vacation. All right, cool. When she talked about this Holocaust thing, I kind of understand what she was saying because look at the British. You know, they got conquered by the Romans. They got conquered by the Vikings. You know, they got French. So that, you know, eventually after a while, you English. You know, well, German. You know, the Germanic tribe. You know, got Romans and stuff like that. And same as with Judaism. And eventually, I guess she just saw, like, you know, after a while, you just become a German, you know. But that's not what that's what I think what she was trying to say, but she didn't go away.
She said
And-
all white people are white.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all white people are white.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like saying
And then
all
she-
black people
She
are
went on
just black.
Colbert and made fun of it a little bit more.
Yeah. And, you know, she apologized. Like, look, cool,
No,
you
she didn't.
apologize. You
No.
know, nobody
She
cares.
didn't mean
I don't
that
care,
apology.
you know.
She didn't apologize. She felt bad that you were offended.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm sorry you were offended by my bigotry.
Well, she apologized, you know, according to everybody.
Well, apparently,
You know how then she got suspended and then she wanted to quit. Then that wasn't a fucking apologies, you know. So, like, you know, and
Yeah,
at least you got suspended.
ABC suspended her for 2 weeks. Meanwhile, when Roseanne said crazy shit, they
That
fired
Ballard
her
Jarrett
ass.
joke, first of all.
oh, I mean, this isn't even a first for her. She had a
No.
recipe in her book called the Jewish Princess Fried Chicken of all
Yeah, and it's like,
things.
go get your stupid slave to cook your food for you, you rich, stupid woman, you know?
Yeah.
Basically, it's the recipe, right?
Yep.
And then, like, enjoy your hard work. Don't forget, she did that whole thing with Ted Danson, and Ted Danson's in blackface, dropping N-bombs left and right. And she was laughing her ass off when they were dating. And people gave her a hard time. She's like, oh, shut up. I don't give a crap about your political correctness.
I mean, it's another case. If they get so far in life, they shut the doors behind them because they were offensive. And
Pull the ladder up.
Yep.
And do you think the day after Whoopi got suspended that any mention of this was brought up on the actual View?
No.
No,
Because They talked about criticizing the Supreme Court Justice Neil Gorsuch instead of actually discussing things going on in their own house.
well, you know, obviously a rich old white guy is more important than denying the Holocaust.
I don't think she ever denied it, but I think she just said some things that were uncouth
Oh,
about
white
the
people.
Holocaust. Yeah, white
Yeah.
people killing white people.
Yeah.
That's the same thing as Chicago or Compton. Black people killing black people, right?
Well, no, it's a different
Yeah.
color.
Is someone being murdered at Ray's house?
No,
Yes.
my kid. Hold on, I gotta go check on this.
All right.
It's bedtime and somebody doesn't want to go to bed.
It's way too late for his kids.
Well, it might be keeping them up so they sleep in a little bit longer.
All right. He's been he gets his kids to bed early.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, speaking about all this, nobody what's woke and what's not.
uh-huh.
A lot of people are bringing up that whole Neil Young being woke and saying, "Don't put out, old man, tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me." With
But
his,
he had an issue with GMOs.
he made a big deal about that a while ago, saying how it's going to kill you and everything. And this was actually a common belief by most people, to include most people that leaned left, like the people that protested Monsanto. The signs told you this shit's perfectly safe.
Right.
They were protests nationwide over this.
Yeah.
So who's the science denier?
Yeah, who's the anti-science here? All right. Not to mention Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan. I'm sorry. Neil Young is quoted in the 80s as saying something about the faggot behind the counter selling you cigarettes is going to give you AIDS.
Hey, didn't Fauci once say though that you could get AIDS eating from the same cereal box as a person with AIDS?
He did. Way
And
back
so-
in the 80s.
What was his position in the 80s?
NIH leader, right? Or is it the same job now?
Same job now.
I actually mentioned that to someone recently. Like, it was the same guy.
Yeah.
No, yeah, look how good that went.
Yeah, I mean, but let's just, yeah, never mind.
What?
I was saying, let's not draw false equivalency on this one. Neil Young is his own person, so
Yeah.
he's
yeah.
fucking up his own way.
Well, Crosby, Stills, and Nash have agreed to quit Spotify in solidarity with Neil Young, and they've all also removed their own solo music from the network. Does anybody really care?
I don't even know who these people are.
Okay, first of all, you're out of your effing mind if you don't know David Crosby, Stephen Stills, David Nash, and Neil Young.
Maybe you need to play him a song. Play her a song.
You know
I
the
could
one.
probably recognize the music. I just don't pay attention to these people's names. It comes
No,
on the radio and I'm like,
I
that's a
feel-
good song.
I feel terrible because 2 days before Neil Young said, "I'm taking down my music," I put on CSNY on Spotify at work. Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, when they all played together on one
Can't
album.
do it anymore.
Well, yeah, exactly. No, what's even worse is after he took his shit down, I listened to Crosby, Stills, and Nash because they did several records without Neil Young because Neil Young's a giant douchebag.
Still is.
Yeah, and then these guys took their music down. I'm terrified because I just listened to Led Zeppelin the other day. So I can still get it on YouTube.
Have you listened to I can't think of his name. That last
India
name,
Ari?
Ted. No, in Detroit. Who's the guy in Detroit?
Eminem.
Eminem, I was about to say that.
No, not Eminem. Ted something.
Nugent?
Yeah, Ted Nugent.
He's in Detroit. I thought he was in Tennessee.
No,
I thought he was
well,
in Texas.
now he is, but he used to be in Michigan.
Yeah, he did Wango Tango and Cat Scratch Fever.
And he's not afraid to pull his music from channels.
He's gonna pull his music.
Hell fucking no. He's gonna say, fuck you guys. Listen to my shit.
I was like, he hunts pigs from helicopters with bows.
Exactly.
Well, what's his nickname? Sweaty Uncle Teddy?
I've never heard that one before. That's pretty gross, actually.
I mean, this is a man that once said the only good felon is a dead felon, so doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. He hunts pigs from helicopters with a bow.
Yeah.
That just seems so unfair.
Honestly, it sounds like fun.
Well, I guess he's not doing it for sport. He's actually looking to eat. Like he actually that's his food for the year when he kills these animals.
Right.
But he kills so many things. And with such unfair advantage, but I mean realistically, a
He's huge
blind
into
in a
guns.
tree and a rifle is such an unfair advantage over a deer, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I love venison.
Mhm.
The wife refuses to even try it. All right. Have you ever heard of India Ari?
No.
I'm gonna
No.
play her music.
Oh, you got
Uh-oh.
some?
I went to YouTube.
I've been listening to a lot of different podcasts, and everyone said the same thing. Like, who is she? No one's
There's a
ever heard
reason
this
for
woman.
that.
But she pulled her music from Spotify.
Yeah. I don't know how much Spotify is gonna lose on this one.
Can you turn
Only
that up?
$10.
Yeah. Can you turn that up some with your volume control?
You hear it better now?
A little bit. Brian's bad at this.
Yeah.
I'm unfamiliar with their work.
Mm.
Everyone else I know is unfamiliar with their work.
Oh yeah, nobody knows our work.
I don't understand why it came across my newsfeed and why everyone was talking about it.
You were asked this question, who is she?
Yeah,
Oh my God, have you heard her newest song? It sounds like nothing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, somebody that's more important in the world that's really going to impact Spotify because they pulled their podcast
Oh,
is
it has to be a family member of Donald Trump.
you know it, Marielle
Has to be.
Trump.
Yep, that proves everyone's wrong, right?
I mean, she's probably got as many listeners as we got.
Yeah,
But
probably about
she's
as many.
pulling.
Have you? I've heard of her once.
Yeah, because she wrote a book, an anti-Donald Trump book.
Yeah, all she did was complain.
Yeah.
He only gave me a $100 bill every time he saw me. You know?
Maybe she's the source that is familiar with Trump's thinking.
More than likely.
Shit, I keep meaning to do little sketches about that. I keep wanting to make this little funny commercial to put in, but I never do it.
She's
It
the
seems like-
anonymous source.
Well, it seems like and do the anonymous source familiar with President Biden's thinking, you know? Because how many times did CNN do that to Trump?
Every
That's
day.
literally saying we have no idea, but someone said this.
Yeah.
You know,
And even if they didn't, we think they did. So we're going to
Yeah,
say they did.
we paid him to say this, and we believe it. But all these people saying that they're gonna take their crap off of Spotify. Spotify said nope. We'll dump all of you before we jump Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason for that because they've committed to paying Joe Rogan $100 million. If they kick him off the podcast, off the company podcast network, they still got to pay.
At least it gets you money worth.
And they're getting all this publicity, whether it's good or bad. All publicity is good publicity. You're muted again.
And then he gets to publish on another platform.
And he's still going to get his $100 million from Spotify.
He's gonna get all his money from Spotify. He gets to publish on a new platform and make more money. There's no way Spotify is gonna pay out the rest of that payment. There's no way.
No. I mean, they're saying all these crazy artists are taking their music off, but Spotify hasn't come out and said they've lost a ton of subscribers over this.
I bet it's up. Honestly,
Yeah.
I bet they have more now because Joe Rogan, he's even apologized twice. well,
Yeah.
half apologized and said something really stupid recently. Oh, because a video came out, or I think came out from like 10 years ago when he dropped an M-bomb.
Yeah, we got it on here someplace. Not in the same spot with the rest of it, but
That's weird. All right. And he's apologized. Like, dude, that was like 10 years ago or 11 years ago.
this is the problem with the internet. People don't realize that it's on there forever.
Forever. Yeah.
Oh, I realize that. That's why I know I'm never going to hold an office.
I don't think it made the list, but it was put. We all saw the article that got posted to the group chat earlier, so it's no big deal. We talked about it. So,
All right. All right. Move us on.
NIH, which we previously have come out with articles saying that they were treating dogs poorly. Well, they spent $2.3 million injecting dogs with cocaine to do overdose research.
That seems kind of nuts.
That seems like a waste of money and a waste of good drugs.
First of all, I'm sure people will volunteer for this shit.
No, not
Yeah, if
overdose,
there's
though.
cocaine involved, there would
Yeah,
definitely be
people would
people
line up.
volunteering for these studies.
Yeah, and second of all, you could just confiscate it from a drug dealer, and it will almost be free. The research.
Hookers and blow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hookers and blow. Thank God Almighty for hookers and blow.
This is a waste of money. Like I would have come out with something better to do.
This
with
is a
that money.
waste of dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, too. Yeah, dog and money.
And
I'm
cocaine.
It's big time.
Well, you need it
I knew
okay
you
for
were
the
gonna
research.
say that.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I wouldn't know. I've never done it.
Right. Never mind.
But I'm sure you would
I
have got
dented your
volunteers.
car
Like,
door with my face.
I'm
You
sure you
weren't
got
on it that
volunteers
night.
easily. And you'd be like, hey,
You were
look.
just looking for it.
I plead the fifth on all subjects related to drug use.
Good idea.
I'm not going to incriminate myself.
And
Yank got
should
me
be
into
like-
psychedelics.
FNH would have been like, hey, you're looking for volunteers to overdose on cocaine. The line would have been long as hell.
No,
You know.
I mean, if they said, "Hey, let's do a bunch of cocaine," and like we'll measure your
Pay ya.
pupils and that kind of
Give you
stuff.
free drugs, free cocaine.
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
pay
like,
ya.
we'll measure your pupils and your heart response. And, drink beer too, actually, because we want to see how they react together. Like, okay, but if it's overdose research, like that literally means dying.
Unless you're a
It's-
famous
still
rock
do it.
star.
People would still do it.
Yeah. I brought this up before, actually. I've been checking into the weird studies they do up in Boston. I've brought up a whole bunch of them.
Uh-huh.
They were doing a weed study. I was looking at. They did a. Hey, do you like to drink beer? Come do a study at Johns Hopkins. I was like, yeah, but the thing is, they wanted me to do that instead of work. They're only going to pay me like half as much as work.
So when am I moving up to your area?
Yeah. No, exactly. It's like you're gonna pay me to drink beer, or like, you're gonna pay me to drink beer and do cocaine. Yeah.
Hey, you could come home smashed and just say it was a hard day at work.
Yep.
Sean, I quit. I'm going to go do this. We have a bunch of comments on the show, and I haven't.
They're from Ron.
All right. I for some reason I still can't figure out how to do this right.
Did you hear that the U.S. bobsled team has named their sled Biden because nothing has taken American downhill faster?
Is that a dad joke or is that real?
It's a dad joke,
Oh, all right.
but probably real too. And then
if
he
they named
said
the
that
sled-
when we talked about the reporter that was harassed by the Chinese government,
Sliding
he's still
Biden.
there reporting.
Sliding Biden.
Sliding Biden. That could be the name of a show.
It could be. Unfortunately, we're barely gonna mention this, and we're already an hour into this. Actually, we've covered a lot of shit, haven't we? We've been chugging, haven't we?
We've been chugging.
Yeah, that's why I use double entendres. You know, you're thirsty
Ray
shit,
doesn't
right?
even knows what a double entendre is.
Oh, English isn't his first language, you know. You got to cut him a fair amount of slack, to be fair, you know. Okay, dramatic irony. How's that?
Okay. What is it?
Same idea. A word being used other than its literal meaning.
Please be careful. We are venturing close to dad jokes, and I'm just going to log off if that starts coming up.
We're done with
Oh,
jokes.
I love dad jokes.
There's been a North Korean veteran that was on the kidney transplant list that's refusing the vaccine, so his doctors won't give him a transplant. He said he'd rather die for his freedom than get the shot and get a kidney.
Live free or die.
Yep.
Great, North Carolina, but
South Carolina.
North. That's the motto for New Hampshire.
yeah.
I thought it started in South Carolina.
Wasn't it the guy in Boston that they couldn't get a new heart for the same reason?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's one in Virginia too.
Yeah,
I mean, these people have their principles, you know, they fought for their rights and, you know, they've chosen what they've chosen. So,
But you know, it's fucked up too. They were still gonna take non-vaccinated organs.
they
really?
shouldn't be doing that.
No, that sounds like a good way to spread disease, doesn't it?
Yeah, they could be
It's-
carriers.
This horrible, disgusting disease that's killing 0.01% of the population.
They could have the monkey virus in them.
Mm-hmm.
Do we know anything about this? Did this monkey herpes B virus go away, or
Yes, it did.
okay? So she's not gonna.
She's not
Like
going to
bliss-
spread. She's not bringing on the zombie apocalypse just yet. From
All
that
right.
one.
I just want to know if they'd ever make an exception for like a black trans lesbian that just shoved the heart right into them in Chicago. Lori Lightfoot shows up to do the operation, stuff like that.
Well, I
Because
mean,
there seems like there's such a double standard in our culture today.
I don't think Lori Lightfoot could do that.
I know.
So-
I
no,
was being
no.
facetious.
I mean, simply because she's undead and therefore cannot cast spells like that.
She's not undead.
Okay.
She's just the transracial version of Gollum.
No, she's trans alive.
That's a lot.
She looks like
Somebody's got
Beetlejuice.
rights. Somebody's got rights.
Are we going to cover this next topic on this show or the next show?
Oh my god.
Which
Okay.
topic?
Well, we talk the
COVID topic.
that was going to lead into the convoy because the convoy is a COVID protest.
All right, go for it.
You familiar with Vice News?
Yes, I
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, they're actually not they're not right leaning and they're
Definitely not.
accredited by everybody. They published a article that I have here that tells you to put pantyhose over your face on top of your mask to make sure you wear your mask properly. Because as we've been saying for 2 years, you shift your mask around and you pull it under your nose, you pull it under your chin all the time, and it makes it worthless. We were the nut jobs, right? Pointing out the obvious. Now they're saying, tie your face up and tape this thing to your head.
Well, Fauci did come out at one point and say you should wear 3 masks. So,
3? I thought he said 2.
well, if 2's good, why wouldn't 3 be better?
How about the whole box?
What about an SCBA?
It's not certified properly to filter. I know.
My self-contained breathing apparatus.
For the non-Navy people, what does that do for you? It's like
Well,
a
not just
CO2.
Navy,
It's like a
firefighters
Scott
too.
pack.
Okay,
mean-
you said non-Navy. It's like a Scott pack. Like anyone who was not Navy knows what a
Well, they're
Scott pack is.
firefighters that use the Scott air packs. That's what they carry around
Firefighters
on their
use-
back.
firefighters use SCBA's too. Oh, okay, yeah, Scott is an SCBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, but if you're gonna do that, you're gonna have to carry around a lot of canisters because you're gonna be running around like 30 minutes on a freaking tank on your back.
Oh, no, well, we can go back older tech than that and go OBA. You just have to drop a chlorine tablet into this thing that's going to turn into oxygen and burn
What?
your lungs slowly from the inside out, but you're gonna have a pure breathing source.
Nice.
Right. You're old enough to have used an OBA, right?
Of course, I use an OBA.
Oh my God, that's disgusting. Did you get a claim on your VA shit because of that?
No.
You know your lungs are burned because of that, right?
Well, my lungs are burned for other reasons too.
Yeah,
No need to
okay,
know that.
that's fine, but that's not the Navy's problem. The chemical burns in your lungs from the OBA is their problem.
I'll put it on my next claim.
No, for real, you really should. It sounds weird to say, but it's documented. Those things cause chemical burns in your lungs. That's why we stopped using them. Otherwise, we would still be dropping tablets into OBAs in this little tiny tank that sits on your chest. You know what I mean? It takes up no
Yeah.
space.
Well, I mean, we were trained on them. Me and you were. I know that
We
one
were
for a
trained how
fact.
to use them, but we never actually, we always had an SCBA.
Oh yeah.
No.
By the way, OBA is an oxygen breathing apparatus. For anyone who doesn't get it, basically it's a chemical reaction that makes oxygen. It scrubs air, but it also releases a bleach-like chemical into your lungs too. They worked great though, like in terms of air to breathe in an emergency situation. But you wear them 5 or 6 times, and all of a sudden you got burns in your lungs.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was a flatulence moment.
You heard that one?
Yep.
Nice.
Do you have any theme music for this next section?
Where are we anyway?
I'm thinking the Bandit theme song. We got a convoy.
Oh shit. I could have had it ready. I don't have music for that.
How about we go to the next one then?
Oh shit, I just closed my Google Doc for the show.
Well, let's talk about the Canadian convoy that has been declared unlawful.
Didn't
Yeah.
Canada try to also seize their GoFundMe account? I wanted to say that in the previous
GoFundMe
segment.
seized their GoFundMe account.
Oh, I know, but Canada tried to put in a claim trying to seize it.
Yeah, saying it's ours because they're insurrectionists.
Well, I know that there's now, like Florida's already said, they're going to investigate GoFundMe over this. I'm sure they
Well-
won't be the last state to do that. So
Florida said they were going to do it because they said put in a request for your money back and we'll give it to you. Otherwise, it goes to a nonprofit.
charity of their choice.
And Florida said we want to make sure this isn't fraud. And then all of a sudden, GoFundMe said, "Yeah, oh no, automatic refunds." Just to protect themselves. It was within hours, actually.
Yeah. Anything else about the Canadian convoy before we move to the American convoy?
Well, yeah, I'd like to do a correction.
Okay.
Last episode, I said that when they came to Toronto, Trudeau fled, and I was incorrect with that one. I came up with the wrong city. It was Ottawa. Oh, no, it wasn't Ottawa. Yeah, Ottawa's. Yeah. Is Calgary the capital? Or Ottawa?
I've got cousins in Canada, and they don't even talk about stuff like that with me. So
Ottawa.
Toronto
is-
was the capital.
Huh?
Toronto?
Is it?
I don't know.
I thought, yeah, no, it wasn't Toronto because that's too far east. I think it was Calgary.
That's
don't
too
know.
far west. Somebody need to just look it up and be done with this conversation.
I don't know. Move on.
Yes.
Oh, hey, Ottawa. Maybe that's why I was thinking Ottawa.
Where's Ottawa at?
No, it's actually not that far north. It's pretty close to Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Quebec's above me. Ottawa's talking about
Toronto is
deploying the
right across
military.
the border from Detroit. So
What is?
Toronto.
The Blue Jays play there. And the Maple Leafs. No, Maple Leafs play in Montreal.
So what do we want to talk about? The U.S. wannabe convoys.
Well, Ottawa's talking about deploying the military to
Yes, they
stop the
are.
convoy. If it's only a handful of people, what do you need the military for?
It's not a handful of people.
No, it's a lot of people. That's why they made it illegal to support these people.
That's why $10 million was raised for these people.
And essentially it's stolen.
That ain't a insignificant number. That was raised.
No. Yeah, and now the United States truckers, well, they started supporting them anyway because many went across the border
Mhm.
regularly,
Yeah.
and now they're building a convoy, trying to, but Facebook keeps shutting it down.
Well,
Here in the
that page
States.
has been up all day that you sent the link for. So that group.
They're still up, but the actual official page for their thing, their cause is down. That was a route they were going to take.
Hmm.
Well, and that was just from the northern
Right.
colony states. You know, can you imagine them come from California, come from Florida, you know,
Yeah.
instead of just from like New York, Vermont, the trail they have laid out there, they're going to come right through Boston.
Uh-huh.
I might go up there and blast an air horn, you know.
There
Oh,
you
sorry.
go.
Pew, 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 pew. Clay just got wicked stoned.
Yeah.
See?
Anyways, Ottawa is the capital city of Canada.
I was
We
already
just
talked
about
about
to
that.
face.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm
And
glad I'm not the only one stoned.
is west of Montreal.
Yeah.
Montreal.
Montreal's off the coast, near Burlington.
Vermont.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right above Vermont. That's that. If
Yeah.
I go to when I used to go to Canada between 18 and 21, it was to Montreal.
Your
Yeah, I
French
go up there,
really
I-
was good there.
Well, I could go up there and buy beer at 18 years old. Like walk into
Stripper
a
for
bar and
full
have a
nudes.
beer, you know?
You consider an adult?
That's
It was
where
legal there.
we had our senior trip in Toronto.
It was funny because more than once, especially when I was at like weird ski resorts, I would cross the border to go have a beer. You're like, I'm gonna go drink it tonight. Like, oh, so what's your business in Canada today? Like, oh, I'm gonna go check out, the local culture. Like, there's
Pleasure.
nothing with it. There's nothing within 50 miles here worth seeing. Like-
Mhm.
I was like, there's a bar within 5 miles of this border, and I know it. You know? He's like, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, you don't even give me, yeah, all right. I'm gonna go spend money and give our Canadians my taxes. You know?
How far was the trip from Massachusetts?
Well, from all the way down here, it's about 8.5 hours.
Not bad. Yeah.
I used to do
I
it
could
every
be
now and then.
in Canada in 3 hours.
Yeah, I used to do it for a long weekend.
Mm.
But if I would go skiing like in Maine or Vermont, I might drive the extra hour to cross the border to go out and party,
Hmm.
legally.
Legally.
Till you drive
was-
till you drive drunk back across the border.
Well, that was back when a driver's license was good enough to get across the border.
Yeah, not anymore.
Mm-mm.
Any
Used to be the
other thing
line.
we
Now
want
you
to
need a
talk about
passport.
on the convoys?
Yeah. What about the convoy?
I thought we talked about them already.
All right. I thought you said you had more.
We do, but we don't have to talk about it. I mean, Facebook's removed a page for the American convoy already, but other pages are popping up faster than they can take them down.
Makes you think it's real.
Yeah.
Now, does this mean they're all white supremacists transphobic, homophobic, Russian conspiracy,
Good jerky.
conspiracists?
I would say no, just for the fact that that is not the definition of a trucker. A trucker is male, female, you name it. They're driving a truck, you know. I mean, they're pretty much like the melting pot of America, you know. There's no restrictions on who can drive a truck.
Oh
Oh.
yeah, you got some smart people too. Like
There is.
I went to trucking school.
I didn't say they weren't smart.
No,
No, there's
just
a
saying, like,
giant
I went-
restriction.
For what? A
The-
giant? Why?
A giant one. You have to have a CDL.
Oh,
yeah, well, you can get
That's
anybody can get
that's-
that. I mean, the people that attacked us on 9/11 had to have a pilot's license to land the plane.
The people that attacked us on 9/11
It didn't land the plane.
They
And
landed
they
in the
didn't care
building.
about that flight
I'm
training.
sorry.
either.
They didn't land the plane.
Well, they landed it all right.
No, but
I'm sorry. This
No, what I was
it's
saying,
been
like,
so long,
like,
but it still feels like inappropriate to make that joke. It's been
Yeah.
so long, but it still feels wrong.
It is wrong.
But they didn't land the planes and they didn't have pilot's license. They learned how to fly a plane well enough to crash into a building.
Yep.
like a kamikaze pilot
Oh,
know how to
did-
land a plane.
Yeah.
Did we
yeah.
did
Banzai!
we scare him away? Did we scare him off? Did he leave?
I don't know. Probably went to piss.
Oh, jerk off.
No, but
He
when I
saw
went
his
to
dick might
CDL
not
school, yeah, there was a guy that was there. Like he was a really smart guy, like computer programmer for the hospital and stuff like that, to maintain the system. He got tired of it. Like, no, I don't want to deal with computers no more. So he just want to drive the road with his wife. Like, oh shit, okay. I don't know how you can do that.
They
Drive all
bring the
day.
weirdest shit up sometimes.
To me,
Yeah.
yeah, well, I'm weird.
All right.
I think you're brilliant sometimes.
Oh no,
Thank you,
he
thank you,
definitely
thank you.
is. Every now and then Ray says something that like 3 days later I think about real hard and I'm like, that dude, that shit was profound, you know?
That was a good shit.
Yeah, I was like, dude, made a point. I was like, I didn't even realize it until like 3 days later, you know?
You have to, you know what? You need to text me what was it like? Then I'm gonna think about it like, oh, okay.
Well, it's just the classic stoner delayed reaction.
Possibly,
Mm.
but usually I'm listening to something else. And it reminds me of what Ray said at one point. I'm like, oh, this is,
Dude,
or maybe not what he meant, but like, this is how I interpret it, you know?
you know what? Like I hate that shit too because it happened to me. I start thinking about like, especially now that I'm driving, I think about things like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Then I think about it in a different perspective, you know?
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah, I
mean,
hate that.
it's not as bad as something me and Testicles here.
No,
We
Yaten's
don't-
fine. It's not
Yaten.
Yaten though.
Yaten, me and Yaten here. We'll have the same thing except with jokes. We'll think about it. And I was like, wait, is that a damn joke that he tried to crack?
Yeah.
Well, I've seen so much shit in the news lately that I keep thinking is a troll. Like I think it has to be Babylon B. You know what I mean? It's like, there's no way that this is real. Like the
What
pantyhose,
was it?
The pantyhose
yeah.
thing.
the pantyhose over your head. And I was like, are you kidding me? This has to be a
Babylon B.
yeah. What's the other one? The Onion.
Yeah, yeah.
Onion, yeah.
This has to be an Babylon B tends to be a little more Christian.
And a little more funny.
Yes, they are. But they are better.
Dude, I had to every time I see something stupid coming up, I have to make sure like, okay, this is Babylon B or not. Like you have to really dig in, you know, like find another source to make sure this is what they're saying.
You
But
guys
yeah,
familiar with the satiritician on YouTube?
Nah.
No.
All right.
But what's the next topic?
You should check him out. He wears a
Ukraine.
plague mask.
This Ukraine thing, dude.
Yeah.
I'm kind of questioning everything because remember back in 2000 we had weapons of mass destructions in Iraq, and look what drag us into.
Oh, you mean Oh, go ahead. Continue. I'm gonna go get my
get your
special
helmet.
hat.
Get your helmet. Get your helmet.
Is it that time of night already?
But you're not. Keep talking, Ray.
Oh yeah. So, anyways, this is what like. I don't even like. I think this is another fucking weapons of mass destruction bait. Let's call it that. They're gonna bait into. They're gonna drag us into.
I've been saying this for weeks that we're coming into World War III. We're going to get dragged in.
Yeah. I mean, like you were
I
saying,
mean,
like
we're
okay,
not
I
being
just blew
dragged
it
in.
off. I
The
just blew it
words
off and-
came out. The word came out today on a show I was listening to that we are voluntarily sending troops to Eastern Europe countries that are American friendly. NATO did not request us. We're just doing it on our own.
Yeah, and the Ukrainian. I'm sorry. Apparently, they're not allowed to say Ukrainian anymore.
What are they saying they're called now?
Ukraine.
Okay.
Apparently, that's what you're supposed to say. Whatever. People get butt hurt over the dumbest things these days.
Yes, they do.
The person in charge of the nation of Ukraine,
Uh-huh.
whether it be a prime
President.
minister, a president, or whatever,
President.
has said, "Why is everyone going fucking nuts?" He didn't use those words, but that's basically what happened. It was like, this isn't happening. You guys are all freaking out.
Well, if something
This-
does happen, the question we need to ask, is it another satellite proxy war? Or will it start like in pre-World War II era, was, I believe it was Spain, or is it going to be a full-on
Yeah.
Baltic states powder keg situation?
the what was it the one in Vietnam the drag us into Vietnam
Gulf of Tonkin.
Gulf of Tonkin. I don't remember. Yeah, something like
Yeah.
that.
Well,
that's-
I-
That's
With-
a false flag. This is gonna. I got a feeling it's gonna be a black flag operation in terms of we're not even gonna attack our own crap. It's gonna be a double cross, and it's gonna be such propaganda. Sorry, I'm just
Well, I mean, if it does start,
This-
if it does end up, if we are speculating that it will cause another world war, we have to look at the lead ups of what World War I and II happened in order to cause such a situation. And if it's relevant,
yeah, a series of ridiculous alliances that says if you go to war, I go to war was what caused World War
Well,
One, right? And
I
that-
was
that-
in Bosnia, so I know the reason for World War One. It was the assassination of an Archduke Bishop
Franz
in-
Ferdinand.
in Sarajevo.
Yeah, with that umbrella gun, right?
Yeah. Well, it probably wasn't that. It was World War One. So
Yeah,
But
he was.
it just comes down to he was assassinated. It doesn't matter how it happened. It
No,
just-
he was shot with a ricin pellet from an umbrella gun.
Huh.
Yeah,
Well, I
it was an actual umbrella that fired. It had an
We're-
air charge that fired a little ball that had ricin in it, and it poisoned him.
we're looking at like the actual events. I'm actually talking about the causation, the stuff that not only triggered it, but I mean, what relevancy can we pull from historical events to compare it to what's going on now to discuss
The
whether it's going to
alliances
be
like NATO.
yeah, well, discuss whether it's going to be a new world war or just a regional conflict that we just so happen to get involved in.
I say,
Well, let's
fuck 'em
take a
all.
vote.
What?
Well, my opinion is clearly stated. I say World War III. What do you say, Jeffrey?
I
Regional
think-
conflict or World War?
I think this is way bigger than any you give him credit. I think this was set into motion decades ago. I think Trump was a wrench in the gears that made it not happen.
So does it
And-
stay regional or go worldwide?
Whatever the powers that be, that's why I'm wearing my hat. The powers that be, and I'm not talking about Biden, I'm talking about the New World Order.
All right.
Whatever
Ray,
it is
what
they
do
think.
you think?
Oh, really? I
Regional-
don't even get to finish my
regional
statement
or
here.
World War III?
I think they're gonna keep it regional, keep it in control
They're gonna kill as many people as they can.
in the region.
No, in the entire world. They're gonna kill as many people as they can because they think that if there's too many people. How many times has Bill Gates said this? How many times has everyone said this? Look at Greta Thunberg or whatever that stupid Asperger's woman says.
She worried about
This is
climate
selling
change.
hamburgers.
Hey, she's 18, right?
Yes.
Now she is.
Yeah.
So I can actually make jokes completely acceptable now.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would like to fuck her until she's cross-eyed, but she already is.
That may not be appropriate.
Yeah, but it was funny. I mean, it was funny.
It was.
Just saying. I'm
Bro, it's
putting
like,
the
that's
disclaimer out there
right.
right now.
That's a strike.
You're trying to do whatever you can do to get us off of YouTube.
I am, but we get in more trouble on Facebook than YouTube. This is crazy.
It's your post.
All right, move us on. I'm sorry. I don't even know what we're talking about.
I don't either, Mike.
I
Oh,
found
World
jokes to
War
make. I had
III.
to do them.
All right, all right. What's the next topic after World War III?
I need-
because I don't have my Google documents right now.
Oh yeah. No,
Uh,
I don't think World 3 is going to happen. I think this is why I'm wearing my foil hat. This crap has been planned out years in advance. No, and it's been quid pro quo. This isn't even a weird, unbelievable. We're going to start a war. Things were promised.
Mhm.
Trump stopped it from happening. Biden is going to let Russia do it. He's going to act like he's got a big dick. That's why he put like what 3,000 soldiers in Germany. I don't think he's going to do shit with it.
Okay. We're gonna talk about.
He's got a big dick, no balls. How's that?
I like it. We're gonna talk about. Damn it! What the hell's going on? I'm gonna have to.
the person ISIS leader that got killed.
Yeah, huh?
That foil
I didn't
hat
know
is
who the
so
fuck is this
hot.
person.
Oh. Okay. I got something to say for this. This. I got it. There we go. This is the guy's name.
Go for it.
The U.S. Special Operations Counterterrorism Mission in northwest Syria Thursday that killed ISIS leader Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurayshi was long planned.
Bless you.
Yeah, that's why I didn't.
Thank God you got.
Yep, I was like, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that name. No, you're only gonna sound racist pronouncing it. And I'm amazed that guy.
Thank
said
God
that
I wasn't
like it was
drinking when
nothing.
that was playing.
No, I had it queued up, waiting for it.
Just
I was
so
gonna.
we-
If I would have
just
been
for-
drinking, though, I would have spewed that everywhere.
Just for expedience, can we call him Flem from now on?
Or Emu,
Emu. Okay, we got it.
Emu, Abu Ibrahim al Hashami al Karashi.
Bless you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna go find this.
That was awesome.
Okay. Mr. Emu. Oh, there we go.
Anyway, we tried to go kill this guy.
We did.
No, he didn't. He killed himself.
Oh yeah, that's right. He blew himself up.
He
yeah.
done blowed himself up because he refused to be taken prisoner.
He blew up his family too.
Well, yes, he did. But it's funny because I brought this up at work. He's like, oh, we got this guy, whatever, cool. And dude doesn't follow the news. He's like, yeah, but we had to send in a ground force instead of a drone. Well, yeah, last time we sent in a drone, we killed a family of like 11 that were bringing water to people that were hungry,
Yeah.
Well, I
was
mean,
like-
it could be said that we went in looking for him and we found him everywhere.
Hey, how about it was a faulty backpack? Like, what if it was just like, oh shit, my backpack went off?
Whoa.
Possibly, but
What
that's a
kind
lot
of
of
backpack is it? I got backpacks all around the house, and I've never had
None of
one
them blow up.
It was
No,
that.
I'm
It
just saying,
was,
like, okay, like, what if this guy, like, let me bring some dynamite with me so I can leave it, like, behind me, drop it off. Or, like,
Actually,
oh, shit,
dynamite,
one went off.
true dynamite is dangerous.
Super dangerous. It's
Yeah,
very
yeah, sweat.
unstable.
There's a
Sweat.
liquid agent into it, the nitroglycerin. It
Unstable.
over time it'll actually congeal and drip out of TNT. It's crazy.
it's called, it sweats
Yeah, it's the explosive.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. Clay knows more about this than I do, and it's a very real issue, isn't it?
Mhm. Yeah, this is why if somebody runs into an old box of dynamite, they're just going to explode it on the spot. They're not even going to
Yeah, they're
take
not-
any
yeah,
chances with it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't even try to pick it up. Just blow it up and walk away, right?
Yep.
Think,
Create
oh,
your own
I'm in an
home
old coal
fireworks.
mine. Here's a bunch of TNT. Yeah, I'm not even gonna touch that shit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, the coal mine is not worth my life.
We got some court news this week. Everybody's favorite,
I'm gonna go smoke.
Commander.
everybody's favorite former Army officer, Alexander Vindeman, is suing Donald Trump and several people in his family and his administration for libel.
I like
You ain't gonna get it.
No,
no.
he started this
decide
shit.
to-
He got what he deserved, you know?
Yeah.
If I would have pulled that shit when I was in the Navy, I wouldn't have got a retirement check. I'd
You
probably
would've
still
been the
be a
bricks.
411 worth.
Yeah.
So commander in chief's commander in chief, you know, you may not agree with their political viewpoints, but when you're in the military, you got to do what they say, you know, or
Yeah.
you get out of the military.
Yeah. And,
So-
well, I mean, who'd you serve under? Bush or Reagan?
Bush, Obama,
Okay.
Jimmy Carter, Ronald
Carter.
Reagan, George
No,
Washington,
not Jimmy
Thomas
Carter.
Jefferson.
Ronald Reagan, I think, was just getting out when I got in. So different
Oh.
era.
So you served under Clinton too, so.
Oh damn! Yeah, that was an interesting time.
I wonder if anyone ever used his excuse to defend adultery in the military.
No, I don't think it'd fly.
In the military, no, it wouldn't. But I
didn't-
don't think this guy's gonna get it.
I
though,
did not
back on
have
topic.
sex with that woman.
I did not have sex.
Well,
But I
there's a
got
new
oral.
definition of sex now, thanks to President Clinton. It includes all kinds of crazy things.
Yeah, no, I don't get it. But I don't think that this guy's gonna get it though. I really don't.
No,
And legal standing would.
I think I think he's just trying to keep his name in the headlines to like further a career in the civilian world. You know,
Probably.
he'd
Or
make more money.
probably sell a
at-
book.
Yeah, you might have a point there. You know, adding on to the book, they realized the book about the Ukrainian phone call wasn't enough to be a big seller.
No.
Yeah, a book on like 10 minutes worth of conversation that he didn't overhear.
Right. So, you got a point there, though. You're right. I think he's looking for a bigger payday in the long run.
Yeah. Like how you're gonna sue somebody for something you overhear somebody else said that you didn't hear, but yeah, you wanted to come out and say it like, hey,
He's
This
just
is what
picked
happened.
he's just pissed because he had to retire at the rank he had to retire at. This guy had the fucking easiest job in the military.
any branch of the military.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Who's this? Millie? Miley?
Vindeman.
Been the man.
Oh. Yeah.
But you know what? I don't even like. If you
You're
feel
gonna, like I said, while Jeffrey was out, you
I
know,
was peeing and smoking my pipe.
yeah, that's fine. And we've all been in the military. We all know what there's consequences not following the rules.
Yeah,
This
actually,
guy,
that's a big deal, by the way. I
this
hope
guy
everyone does
violated the
listen.
biggest rule and got a slap on the wrist for going against this commander in chief just because he didn't agree with his political views.
What would have happened to you? Any of you?
I'd probably still be in 411 words.
You'd never see the light of day again,
No,
right?
yeah.
You'd never be a free person again. Had you gone
And this
directly
is-
against.
this was one of my biggest gripes in the military. There's a double standard if you're an officer or enlisted. There's different standards of punishment. Unless you, like, as an officer, actually kill somebody and get convicted of it. I mean,
No, they were selling government secrets and getting oh, you're kicked out.
yeah,
It's
that's
like
it.
you might have executed me for that, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like, and the officer knew more to sell. Like, I could tell you how the sewage system works and how we can do how we can be at sea for 18 months.
That's
The rest of the
important
world
now.
can't do that. I could tell you how that happens. Cool. But this guy could tell you how the nuclear reactor works. You know what I mean? Ah. Yeah, and I would have been in prison forever.
Mhm.
Shoot.
Yep. Me too.
Just recently, the last thing I did in the Navy that I might be held accountable for just came up to what do they call it? How long ago a crime could have happened that you can be held
Statute of
accountable for?
limitations.
Statute of limitations. My statute of limitations just expired for the law. The last thing I did in the Navy that I might be held accountable for. Don't get me wrong, I wasn't that worried because I did a good weld job. But I did a weld repair in a nuclear reactor. And I could have been held accountable for that if it failed for like 20 years.
And you still had a baby?
Yeah, not a boy though.
A baby's a baby, you know.
Yeah, but you guys been on the carrier.
Never.
Yeah, you know how it is. Boys are far less common, aren't they? At least directly after a deployment, have to stand on top of 2 nuclear reactors for 8 months. Oh, it's perfectly safe.
Let's not get into kids right now.
Oh, it's perfectly safe. Meanwhile, I had brain surgery. Claire decided she was a woman, you know. Brian,
So the FBI director has
no,
said the scale of
Brian's the
Chinese-
reason why we have Liberty buddies.
Who?
You.
Back to the FBI.
The forefather.
The Chinese spying in the U.S. blew me away.
Yeah.
I had help on the Liberty Buddy policies.
Yeah, but no, Clay, remember Liberty buddies?
Yep.
This dude right here is the reason why they exist in the Navy.
Sober
and-
Liberty Buddy.
Yeah, the sober Liberty
Yeah.
buddy. Exactly. You had to have a sober partner.
There was
in
a
your-
bottle of Jameson involved, and I was the more sober person. The other guy was telling the command master chief to fuck off on the Liberty bus back.
Oh, the CMC?
Yeah, the CMC.
Oh. No, see, the problem is the CMC is actually usually the cool guy. He's usually the guy who's got your back. That's
Yeah, but
literally
you
his
can't
job,
tell
isn't
him
it?
to fuck off when you're wasted on the way back to the ship.
I don't know.
Oh
The
my
Master Chief of Engineering might have found that as a joke and laughed.
Oh yeah, well not the command master chief.
Yeah, true.
Well, I don't know.
I know, I lived it.
I did a carrier with you, Claire, right? And it was the same carrier that Brian did. The cruiser I was on, not even the CMC, the scene chief of engineering. Dude, God, that dude had so much pull. He was a GSCS.
Okay.
Claire might recognize what that is. A GSCS.
Gas turbine.
No, not GST, not GSM, GS. He had his rate before they split it into 2 different rates.
No.
He was a gas steam turbine electrician and gas steam turbine mechanic
Oh.
and a senior chief.
Oh.
Yeah, he was the department Divo, I guess is what you call him, right?
LCPO.
Not Divo, but yeah.
Yeah. Lead
For the entire department on the cruiser. But yeah, he was a GS, CS. Like, dude, that rate doesn't even exist. He's like, yeah, but they didn't make me give it up. He was the only GS in the United States Navy until he retired.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. Just like when HT split off from DC and MR split off and they merged again and split off again over and over again. I know this means nothing to anyone else, but I know you vets, you Navy guys here that I'm actually talking to get it.
Yeah.
Whew. And by the way, you don't chase turds. If they're running, you let them go. You hurt them. Turd herder, not a turd chaser.
And you can contact the show at the Jeffrey and Brian Show at gmail.com.
We should all get together, do a live show at a stand-up club somewhere.
Well, that's the problem is we can't all get together. We're in 3 different states.
It's all about the COVID, baby.
I don't know about that, but all right. By the
Sign
way,
up for our Patreon.
we don't have a Patreon. I refuse to
know.
do
We got a
Patreon.
PayPal account.
No, I refuse to do Patreon because of the Sargon of Akkad thing.
Huh.
I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it.
I am.
He was talking to some actual white supremacists on his show, and he gave them a hard time, and he called them N-word, like to prove a point about it or whatever. And then he got banned from Patreon.
Full of plugs.
Yeah, and then everyone left Patreon after that.
Good.
That's when Dave Rubin started Locals, right?
Mm.
That's
Isn't that a
attached
dating
to
site?
huh?
Locals, isn't that a dating site?
Yeah.
No, it sounds like it,
Yes,
doesn't it?
it is. I see it on all the late night TV commercials.
Okay, I don't know what
Meet
you're
sexy
watching.
locals near you.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's attached to Rumble now. And it's a way to give money, similar to Patreon or something like that. I'm sure there's another one, but yeah, you guys are familiar with Dave Rubin, right? He was one of the Young Turks.
Yep.
Yeah.
The guy that coined one of the phrases, the left left me.
Yeah, I didn't leave the left left me. He put it the way I wanted to put it so long ago, too.
Sounds like JFK.
Well, oh, JFK is a far right extremist now.
Yeah.
Ask not what you can, what your country can do for you, but what you could do for your country. Could you imagine if Biden said that right now?
Our country's racist. Impeach him now. Sorry, I had to imitate them.
No, you're fine. You're absolutely right.
Maybe that's what you Republicans need to do is stop playing by Democrat tactics.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I wish we'd do that.
What do you mean, you Republicans?
You're a Republican, you know it.
I'm not.
Okay, you're not. Ray, you're a wicked conservative.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I would go with the party.
No, you're right. You're right. 100% you're right.
If the
Tim
party starts
Pool's
going
been saying
crazy,
it,
then
and
abort the ship.
Tim Pool's been saying it. I've been saying it for a long time. We need different people to run for office in primary positions, and we need to vote in the primary elections in our local communities so that we have different people get on the tickets.
Get the rhinos out.
Well, yeah, you can't just vote for a D or an R on an actual ticket. You need to decide who's going to be on the ticket. And that's the problem is if you don't, it's going to be Lindsey Graham.
Yeah.
Is that the name I'm looking for?
Yeah, it's all right now.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we talk about this Chinese spies.
Oh, dear God, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry. I'm pissed off about this. I'm surprised there's so much Chinese spies.
Are you fucking serious? There's spies everywhere.
What wasn't one of them driving what's her name's car for like 20 years?
Uh,
You're Brian Young
Senator-
the toilet.
yeah.
Maxine Waters, was it?
No,
I
no.
think it was
no,
Dianne
no.
Feinstein.
Dianne
Feinstein?
Feinstein. Thank you, Feinstein.
Like 20
Senator from
years.
California.
Dianne Frankenstein, as I call her. 'Cause
Yeah,
she looks like Frankenstein. She's got the same square head, same like flat shoulders.
Undead.
Yeah, still alive.
She
The
hasn't aged
necromancer
since
thing.
the 80s.
Yeah,
Oh.
like
Her teeth haven't been in her mouth properly in the last 45 years.
I don't know where we got to this topic.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how you got here.
Dianne
I have to
Feinstein.
change topic. Yeah, Dianne Feinstein.
Not even
Chinese
on the
spies.
list.
We're back to necromancers all of a sudden.
Yeah, apparently.
Chinese spies. Her driver was a Chinese spies.
That was Nancy Pelosi, I thought.
No, Dianne Feinstein.
I thought it was Maxine Waters.
No, Dianne Feinstein.
Now I feel bad because I know it definitely happened.
Yeah, it did happen.
And it was like 20 years a Chinese spy was driving
Then
our
we
country,
got
listening to everything.
And now we got Oregon Democrat governor has decided to hold a clemency because there's a lawsuit against her because she's releasing too many felons from prison.
Yeah, can someone find out who had the spy driving them?
Hold on.
I
Then we
know.
got Swalwell getting at Chinese spies.
Yeah. There you go. Swallow is actually banging one. Sorry, Brian was moving on, but you're right. That was a good tie back because exactly he didn't realize how bad the Chinese spying was. We knew how bad the Chinese spying was.
Yep, it was Dianne Feinstein.
Yep.
It was Feinstein. Thank you, Claire. Thank you. Because like, okay, fact check. Boom, I got this shit. Fuck you, because I know you won't do it.
I'm not saying that.
No,
I'm not disagreeing
saying that
with
'cause
you.
did.
She's focused on her wine.
So, is that a red wine?
No, it's pink Moscato.
Oh,
Moscato.
that's too
Moscato. Fancy.
Get the gas station.
Maybe.
7-Eleven.
Oh god.
They're high quality Moscato.
Who's the dumbest person you can think of on the entire planet? Oh, I'm sorry. We were talking about Oregon. Never mind. But we haven't gotten to the dumbest person yet. We're gonna talk about the next dumbest person.
Okay.
The Oregon governor,
Yeah.
Brown,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. She came out and said that she's going to stop letting felons out of jail, out of prison until this lawsuit that was put on her goes through. She's basically releasing everybody.
Rapists.
Everybody.
Literal like murderers and rapists. You're just like, oh, you don't need to be in prison. They
You've
made a
done your
big deal.
time.
Well, they made a big deal about this. They're like, oh, we need to let people out of prison. And then all of a sudden they did. COVID was a good excuse to let it happen.
Well, COVID was an excuse for everything in the last 2 years.
But then all of a sudden the crime's going way up. It's like, well, you let all the rapists, murderers, and thieves out of prison.
No,
What do you think
it's
is
the
gonna
guns.
happen?
It's the guns. It's the guns. It's not
Yeah,
the criminals.
take their
It's the guns.
guns. It's like, no, you let the killer out. He went and killed
It's the
again.
guns. The 40 clip magazine.
That can fire 35 round
Per
magazines in a half a second.
Yes.
You guys are getting it all wrong. I'm sorry. I
boy,
pay
here we
attention
go.
to the gun news more than anyone else.
Oh,
It's 30 round magazine clip is what they
No,
say.
we're talking like Democrats right now.
no, this
No,
is actual
no,
quote.
this is
You can
actual-
only have a
actual
10
quote.
round
The
clip if you're a
actual quote.
Democrat.
This is the actual
This is
quote.
a quote.
30 round magazine clip. Do you know what the difference between a magazine and a clip is?
Yeah.
Okay, a magazine is spring fed, a clip is gravity fed.
Well,
Yeah.
no, the clip goes into the magazine. The magazine does not go into the clip.
No, a clip you drop into the top of your M1 Garand.
The clip,
In a
you can also
magazine, you
use it to
pop it
speed
into the
load.
bottom of
You
my
can also use a
revolver.
magazine to speed load a magazine. No, sorry, a clip to speed load a magazine. You can actually take a string of 5.56 rounds that are on a clip and push them down into the magazine.
Yes, but a clip is a solid piece of metal that you
Yeah, that holds the bullet.
put the ass of the bullets together versus a spring fed box that holds my bullets and pushes them up into the chamber.
Yeah, but that's the
Anyways.
difference between an internal and external.
There
magazine.
is a difference. A magazine and a clip are not the same thing. It's everyone uses the term clip. As soon as they clip, usually you're wrong.
Yep.
Anyways, we
Yeah,
got way
30 round
too many
magazine
50
clip.
caliber guns. We got way too many 50 caliber guns out there, and with the 50 round magazine clip. Okay.
We do?
Yes.
How many are out there?
Actually,
Way too
I
many.
can-
The ghosts.
honestly-
We cannot even see them. The ghosts. That's a
you-
ghost there.
Yeah, because they don't actually exist.
well,
Because
I'm
the
just
ghost.
terrified. Honestly, I'm a little worried about a 50 round drum for 50 cal rounds.
Yeah.
Dear
awesome.
God.
Yeah.
Like, what are you worried about? You know what I
Self-defense.
mean?
Self-defense.
This,
That's
the
some
ghost.
serious
We need to-
ammo.
We need to call the Ghostbuster for this ghost guns.
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna go a 50-round drum of 50 cal, you may as well get something faster and smaller. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a Gatling gun.
Yeah, like at that point, you may as well go mini gun with 9 mil or even 22.
All right. Can we use that as a transition into
Yes.
what Biden said?
So what did he say?
Oh, he said that no right is absolute and that we weren't allowed to own cannons during the Revolutionary War period.
Let me know I'm not to talk because I have a rant and I don't want to ruin everything.
Okay. The military, well, the US government at the time was selling surplus cannons after the Revolutionary War to private citizens.
Yeah.
The military, also, we had better guns in the hands of the civilians during the Revolutionary War period. Nobody remembers the air rifle that was equipped on the Lewis and Clark mission that could fire 20 rounds in a second. No, 20 rounds in a minute.
I've designed a gun that could fire 32 rounds in under a second by spinning a crank. Now, granted, they were muzzle loaded,
I mean,
but it'd be a meh.
in Navy history, we had the puckle gun, which was 5 rounds on a cannon that could be rapidly fired. And you could drop the entire chamber, put a new one on, cylinder, drop the
Like a
entire
speed
cylinder.
loader.
Yep, and put a new one on and continue firing. And these things existed during the Revolutionary War period. What
No,
Biden
well-
said was not only ignorant, but it was completely factually inaccurate.
Oh, he knew better. He knew better. Or at least the people who wrote that for him knew better, because the United States, before the United States, and even during the United States, hired ships, hired civilians with warships to go
Yep.
fight battles for them, mercenary groups. They had cannons. Like, they weren't just cannons, these were battleships that civilians owned.
Yeah,
Hey.
if anyone's watching this and they don't believe us, look up 3 weapons that would prove whatever Biden said to be factually incorrect. Look up the Lewis and Clark air rifle, look up the puckle gun, and look up the belt and flintlock musket.
Hmm.
I'm dead serious. Those will end any debate that says high capacity weapons have never belonged in civilian hands.
Well, I actually brought this up last week about the whole gun debate in Massachusetts. And I said, I brought the argument that technically speaking, a shotgun's not a gun.
No,
It's a cannon.
actually,
no
technically, it's a gun.
The
A
gun, okay, it's
rifle,
not a rifle.
It's a rifle. It's not a rifle. It is technically still a gun. It's a smoothbore gun.
You're right. Well, that was the argument I brought up, was there's no rifling and the rules here apply to this and this doesn't apply to that. And Massachusetts didn't agree, but it's the same logic that applies to a cannon.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah. But
It's a
these
smoothbore gun, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the fact is that historical examples prove Biden wrong, and to say that no amendment in the Constitution is absolute,
Shall
Well-
not be infringed is pretty damn absolute.
that is very damn absolute. But at the same point is fine. These people that are rioting, and you're saying that there's no more protests in America, no more right to peacefully assemble for the risk of violence, which is
Yeah.
the same argument that they're using.
Yeah, no, exactly. The whole point of the right to have a weapon is Dave Chappelle put it best, right? The First Amendment is first because it's the best one. That's how we solve problems. Second Amendment is here just in case the First Amendment doesn't work out.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
We don't want to have a fight. We want to talk to these truckers. They're not here to start a fight. They literally want to talk. And Trudeau ran away and then called them all bigots.
Which is funny because somebody in the parliament said he's worn blackface more times than he can remember, which is factually true.
Oh, are you kidding me? I've already put. Oh no, I didn't. I was going to do a blackface picture of him for the promo thing that I did. I'm going to put a picture of him in blackface as the thumbnail. I did a picture of Ted dancing in blackface last time.
We're getting carried away.
Well, Whoopi Goldberg, blackface.
Yeah.
Whoopi
We're getting,
Goldberg, by the way, her name is Karen Johnson. No,
Yeah.
she
yeah,
and she went Goldberg.
Eaton, come on, man. We're getting carried away.
She's a racist.
Yep.
All right.
Brian, what's the next topic?
She's like the third dumbest person on the planet. The first dumbest person on the planet is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Or Cortez.
She took a break from social media.
Like
Did she
25
come back on
minutes.
How long was her break for?
5 minutes. A trip
I'm
to the
guessing
bathroom.
35 minutes.
A trip to the bathroom.
Well, it was 5 minutes of clarity for her.
She
Cocaine is a hell
realized
of a
that was
drug.
her source of her power and she had to get back on.
She's the dumbest human being on the planet.
I wish I could
Um,
say that, but I should make more money than I am. So, like, I don't know what the fuck. She's doing.
She's a rich bartender.
No, yeah, you're not a whore. That's the difference. No.
She's running.
Well-
She's gonna run against Schumer for Senate.
Yeah, I know that somebody went horizontal.
She's gonna get crushed. I'm sorry.
I
Against
know somebody
Schumer.
went horizontal
That's
to
why
make
he's
a
like
career
trying
go
to like
vertical.
buff up his left credentials right now.
Schumer's an idiot. But AOC, I genuinely think she's not sure which way up is. Like, I think she thinks up is north.
It could be depending on which way you're facing.
Up is not north. Up is towards the sky. Dear God, Brian.
If I lay right down now, I'll be looking.
You're
at the
forgetting
north.
about the Z-axis.
Nobody cares about the Z-axis. Or
It's the third
Y-axis.
dimension. It does matter.
I'm out. I'm out.
But yeah, this
Well,
woman's
she
so
also
stupid.
came out and said that the capitalism system is not a redeemable system for the U.S.
Dear God, if you went to UMass Boston, especially if you got a degree in economics, for the
Which
love
she
of
did.
God, demand your money back. I'm not kidding you. She's an
You say this every time we bring up her economic theories in life.
She has a degree from UMass Boston in economics. And she doesn't understand the difference between capitalism and socialism.
She's bringing the degree down.
That's exactly what I'm saying is if
She's
she
dumbing
came,
degree down.
if you pay
Yeah.
all this money for this diploma and this is what you come out with, you got ripped
Yeah,
up.
like-
You borrowed how much money from the American taxpayer
A lot.
And
Yeah,
probably she's not even
that you're not
paying.
going to pay back because you're going to demand you don't have to pay it back because they're making you socialists. They're literally teaching you to take my money so you can go to school and learn garbage. Sorry. Learn
So
a
we
skill.
had-
Learn a skill.
we had
Learn
a
how to
big
fix a
issue-
car. Learn how to weld. Learn how to forge. Learn how AC works. Learn how to do something. Okay? Sorry, this is important because the world's apparently going to end very soon, according to all the Democrats, right? Right.
10 years.
Global
10
warming.
years. 10 years.
No. Ted has been saying that for like 30 years.
It's climate change now. The change.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry. It's not nice a coming ice age or acid rain anymore.
No, we're past
it's,
that.
it's
My
climate
mistake.
change.
Either way, apparently the world's ending. Learn a fucking end of the world skill instead of how to use a computer. You know, you can say your silver's great. I have my silver. I have a chest of silver. I have a literal chest of silver. I'll take a picture of it soon.
Hey man,
Nah, we don't need to know.
hey! You're not wearing your tinfoil hat. Let's get on that. If you're
No,
gonna
it's
get
not
on
even
that.
tinfoil hat. Like, I have my chest of silver. What good
This-
is my
according
chest of
to
silver gonna do
Democrats-
me at the end of the world?
According
No
to
one's gonna want
Democrats,
silver there. What they're gonna want food or tools, you know? All
Or
right.
you
So
say no,
we had a kid, a 4-year-old kid here in
She's
in
so
the Hampton
stupid. It
Roads
makes me so
area
mad.
that was reported missing, and now the father has been charged with
7 counts.
seven accounts of child neglect.
Yeah, I couldn't open this one. I could open it, but I couldn't read it because I don't have a subscription, I guess.
You don't have like really? I don't have
If he's
subscription
open,
to
you can only do 7 hours for 7 articles for free a month. So
Oh, is that what it is? I just go through them in like the first day.
probably.
All right.
I was kind of suspicious. Like I
I
heard
always
about
said that the father was like a big suspect, and I feel
It's always
bad
the
to
parents.
say this, but this kid's been missing for a while, and it's not just 4 days.
for a while.
Like 2 months.
Well,
They're
dude, I
asking.
thought it
There's
was like
posters
that
all
day.
over Hampton that say he hasn't been seen since Christmas.
oh,
See, I thought it was the same
Oh,
day. Like it was like
No,
he was missing at 2
no.
o'clock in the morning. Like you. How can you not be suspicious? I feel like that's fucked up.
And
Well-
if he's been missing this long, I mean, I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but I got a bad feeling about this situation.
Yeah, it's horrible now.
oh no. Typically speaking, if the parents kidnap a kid, it's to get back at the other spouse.
Yeah, but this is
And that's not the issue. So that kid has been dead since
Who
December.
knows how long?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I hate to say it,
I know.
but
It is what it is.
statistics say
Statistically,
that's
that's what it says.
it's
Yeah.
already the kid's been dead for months, and it was probably because the kid wouldn't go to sleep or something stupid like that. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Yep. So there was big.
People are terrible.
A big
Yeah.
thing happened on the Masked Singer this week.
Oh, you
What?
tried. You almost got me. The beer almost went out the nose.
Good,
The what?
good.
The beer almost went out the nose.
Well, Rudy Giuliani was revealed as a Masked Singer during his taping. And when he took his mask off, he wasn't wearing another mask. So judges walked out on him because he refused to wear a
Oh,
mask.
is that what it
during
was?
the
I thought it was
taping.
just because it was Rudy.
No, because he was maskless.
I thought it was because it was Rudy, not because he wasn't wearing a mask.
Yeah, I know. It's because, well, I'm sure Rudy had a thing to do with it, but they said their big excuse was he wasn't wearing a mask under his
What-
mask.
Were the judges wearing masks?
I don't know. I don't care.
Well, it hasn't been on TV yet.
Right.
So we don't know,
Okay.
but I bet you the judges weren't wearing masks either. Just my guess. Was it the ones that left were Ken Jeong,
Yeah.
from everyone knows from was it not Hot Tub Time Machine? The one who got married. Not
Hangover.
Hangover.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was filled with respect
He was the
Respect
naked
to-
guy that jumped out of the trunk.
To learn Julian
In
is-
multiple movies.
Oh, it was so funny. You fuck on me, I fuck on you. By the way, have you guys seen Community?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
watched
he
the
was-
whole thing.
Yeah. The Matt and Blonde show actually used a clip from that when Ken Jeong yells "gay." But yeah, him and Robin Thicke, Alan Thicke's kid, got up and walked off stage when Giuliani took his mask off.
Even Jimmy Kimmel slammed the Masked Singer for letting Giuliani compete and called the show garbage. Like, are you serious?
What?
These
Why
people
do
are
you?
pathetic, man.
It's obvious they're intentionally trying to blacklist people just because you don't
Yeah.
agree with their opinions. Like, I thought that was the whole point of this country, honestly,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Nah, the left is taking everybody to the left.
Again, I know I made a joke earlier about our tokens, but we have English
got
is your
thick
second
skin.
language. You were not born in this nation. You became a citizen.
Mhm.
Clay is transitioning from one sex to the other. It's not like we're bigoted in our opinions. We like the viewpoint, but you don't see the other side of the table having this conversation because they say we're not willing to have it. You know, you're bigoted. It's like, well, I don't know. We're actually talking to these people, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're having a conversation with them, you know.
And I hate
listen to
saying
their-
these, I
we
hate
have
saying these
listened to their-
people.
we listen to the viewpoints of everybody that shows up on the show. So,
Oh, I'm
Plus, you
willing to
guys
have
are paying
anyone
well
on.
too.
and PBR.
I'm willing to have anyone on.
hear
Actually,
me?
especially if they disagree with me. Clay, you probably have some friends
A few.
that would hate what I have to say.
I'm sure
Yeah, I'm trying to
she's
get 'em
worked
on.
on getting a couple people on, so she
Yeah.
said that already.
Yeah, and hey, even it's like, hey, no, they'll be completely respectful. They'll
Oh
listen to what you
yeah,
have to say. Just
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, we
The-
may laugh at things and we may joke with things, but I
Well,
mean, I
that's the
think when it comes to
problem.
people's viewpoints, we pretty respectful come to that.
I think that's the problem is the people on the far left, they cannot support their arguments. You know, and as I've said many times, we all don't have the same point of view. We all disagree on a lot of stuff, but the Overton window's going so far left.
Yeah, we look like we belong
I-
together.
Yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
a unanimous blob. And
I've shown some of my friends on the left this, and they say that they're like, "You guys just all agree on everything." It's like, no, we don't.
no,
And-
actually, we disagree on almost everything. You guys literally agree on everything.
Who guys?
The left,
Oh, yeah.
they literally agree on everything.
I mean, it's that cult phrase, "one of us." It's like, oh,
The city
If you,
urban
if you
liberal
don't agree,
types.
if you don't agree with them, then you get shunted and you get kicked out of the, you know.
Oh, the
You
group.
get
agree.
excised.
Yeah.
which is interesting because even the men of that particular culture exhibit some of the traits of female psychology, which is wanting to agree no matter what.
Yeah.
That it's the soy.
So latte.
Yeah. They
Mm.
they need protein. Problem is the only protein they're getting is out of the end of a dick.
I was about to say that same shit too.
Well, the Washington football team has a new
That was a good joke. Come on.
name.
That-
They are
Too much
now the
sodium.
Washington Commanders.
is it true? I heard
Yeah,
this. might-
no, it's
Yeah, it is
official.
true.
It's done deal.
Right. 'Cause this
There's
was
already
leaked a
been
couple weeks
social
ago.
media posts coming out and say that their nickname will be the Washington Commies.
They should have gone
That's
with
funny.
Senators.
Already got a. There was a.
There's already a
That's
Washington
NBA
Senators. It's the hockey team. It's hockey.
Okay.
It's the hockey team.
No, the Capitals is hockey.
Oh my God, you're right. Who are the Washington Senators? They play basketball?
No, that's the. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it is.
No, Washington. Oh my God. I've had many beers and I haven't watched hockey in a while.
So what's the NBA's name?
I don't. Does DC have a team?
Yes.
It might. They
the
might be the
Senators.
Capitals. I think they're the
Capitals
Capitals.
is in it. No, Capitals NHL. I know that for 100% fact.
I thought the Senators were too.
No,
Maybe that's baseball.
baseball's the Nationals.
National. Yeah, see, I used to watch a lot of sports, and I have made it a point of saying I don't follow sports anymore on this show for a while, but I still don't understand why Celtics isn't racist.
Well, there's big news about Colin Kaepernick.
He's
Do
getting
you
his
care?
own docu-series.
He's got a
Does-
new movie coming out.
Does anyone care?
I'm a 49ers
Right.
fan, and I hate the fact that he lost us a Super Bowl. He's a prima donna, and
And he makes more money now that he's not an NFL quarterback.
he was a shitty quarterback.
No, that's not true. He was a very good quarterback.
Only for
He-
his first season because people didn't know how to
Hold on.
defend against him.
Hold on. He only sucked compared to other professional quarterbacks. Okay? Because if you tried to play the same game against him in the same position, he would have whooped your ass.
Oh yeah,
But if you're going to pay someone $45 million to do something, he wasn't that good, you know? But he was definitely better than all of us, right? We can all admit that.
yes.
Like the dude's very talented. But he wasn't Tom Brady. He wasn't Aaron Rodgers. He wasn't Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I mean? How
Or
many
to draw.
quarterbacks? Huh?
Or to draw from 49ers. He was no Steve Young.
Yeah,
Joe
Steve Young,
Montana.
Montana.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Montana. Young followed up after Montana, didn't he?
Mhm.
He took the he ran for a long time, didn't he?
Yep.
You know what's funny is Montana.
Let's get back to the subject though.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was going to bring up all the quarterbacks that were drafted that year, and the only one that year that the big names that didn't win a Super Bowl was Miami. Marino.
Dan Marino, my uncle.
Yeah, is your uncle?
No.
But no, I mean,
Oh,
Base
wait,
is
wait,
out,
name.
Dan.
this just reeks of SJW. Bullet.
Desperation for money.
Yeah, I mean, this
Also
is just,
Justice Warrior.
yeah, this just
Be on
reeks of.
ESPN.
I wonder how much. I wonder how much money they're gonna lose because I don't think nobody's gonna watch that shit.
No,
I think
like,
people will. It's just not
Why?
going to be people on ESPN that watch it.
Well,
What are we watching?
the
Spike
Colin
Lee.
Kaepernick thing.
Oh, it's only gonna be on ESPN.
It's an
No,
ESPN
no, no, no.
show.
But that doesn't mean it's gonna be on ESPN. That's just an ESPN production.
It'll probably be on Hulu since they've got a marketing deal with ESPN and Disney.
Mm.
I have ESPN to watch sports.
Good luck
Right.
with that.
Well, it's every sports person's network, right? I think that's what it's
Not
supposed to stand
anymore.
for. Like, I'm supposed to be able to watch whatever game I want to watch. Now, I'm not a giant fan, but curling is actually something that some people around here watch.
You know, there's Berlin. I found out there's batteries in the curling things.
Is what?
Batteries in there.
Yeah. It melts the ice. It warms the stone to keep the ice. And yeah, okay. Sorry. I see again. People. Okay, people, not me. Watch curling around here.
It's the only. It's that and hockey are like my big winter sports.
Yeah. Oh, I enjoy the biathlon, but you really can't really watch that unless you're watching the Olympics. It's
Canadian
cross-country-
drive-by.
Huh?
Canadian drive-by.
So that was a good one. For anyone in the entire world besides Claire and I who doesn't know what biathlon is, because you explain to me what that is?
It's pretty much cross-country skiing. You shoot at a target, you ski to the next target,
With
you
a
shoot it
rifle.
again. Yep.
With the usually bolt action, right?
Heavily modified bolt action. It's kind of like the difference between a regular gun and a 3-gun, but yeah.
Well, bolt action is usually more accurate.
Yes.
Opening your breech, versus magazine or clip fed. Actually, here you go. Do they breech feed their rounds? Do they breech feed their rounds or are they magazine fed?
Well, every gun that shoots more than once is magazine fed.
Well, unless you have to open the breech and put a round in.
Yes.
That's well, these
I'm not too
biathlon.
sure. I'm not too sure about the the models of guns that they're using, if they're breech or if they're mag fed, but yeah, they could be either or, and it would still seat the bullet the proper way to get the accuracy they want. But for the sports rules, not too sure.
Yeah, well, again, it's the only.
How did we get on biathlon? Seriously.
Well, the Olympics are happening, and most people don't realize that the Summer Olympics, half the sports are warfare.
Yeah, I mean the biathlon, I believe, goes back to
Russia.
no, I was going to say Swiss.
I thought it was the Russians in World War II against the Germans, and they were cross country skiing.
Maybe. I don't know
Maybe,
the
but-
exact history on it.
Yeah, it probably goes back further than that. But like your summer games though, you got like your discus, your javelin, your hammer throw, your shot put. Those are all literally weapons of war. And the biathlon's the only one that you use an actual firearm for.
All right, we got one last topic.
Damn. All right. We
Oh
almost.
no! Well, we went to
Oh
the track day.
no.
Oh, no,
Facebook
Brian.
Ah,
just experienced its first drop in the stock market in 18 years and drop in users at the same time frame.
I wonder if that's what happened when you ban people from talking.
Oh, like we keep getting strikes for making jokes
Yeah.
on
And
Facebook.
posting
Yeah.
photos.
I mentioned it to the wife Taz, like we're gonna get kicked off of Facebook before we get kicked off of YouTube.
It's looking that way.
It really
Yeah.
does. We keep getting warnings from Facebook. I was like, YouTube's giving us one warning once. I say that we got a strike, and I meant to get the strike removed, but I still have a warning. Yeah, Facebook's more likely to kick us off.
Oh,
Yeah, but I was saying like this is like why you're just losing customers, honestly.
yeah, they don't. I mean, it all comes down to advertising for Facebook.
Yeah.
That actual
Everyone
user-
Everyone go
Everybody
download
buys it.
Rumble.
Yeah, I got Rumble.
Everyone should have Rumble. YouTube is eventually gonna fuck it up so bad. And honestly, I really think that your free speech warriors are going to move to Rumble just
Yeah.
because it's already established. Bongino's there. Bongino's invested. Granted, they have their rules, but they seem a little more open than YouTube.
Yeah.
I've done some stuff. We've done some stuff on Rumble that they didn't care about, and YouTube was like, "No, you can't do that."
Yeah. As long as you don't fucking trap people, you know. But
Hmm.
Also,
Yeah.
Swedish Norwegian, 1776 is when it was started.
What was that?
1767. It's based off of frontier guards out of Swedish and Norwegian borders.
And what was this again?
Biathlon,
Oh, so it's border guard.
pretty much Swedish and Norway.
No kidding, really. Biathlon is border guard.
Yep.
Cross country skiing and rifles. That's actually really interesting, isn't it?
Yep.
Well,
I just had to fact check.
That's
Yeah,
our
it's
show.
like, where did this come from? Like, that's why is this a sport in the Olympics? You know, how many people cross country ski with a rifle? It's like you can say I'm gonna go deer hunting. Are you gonna come back with a deer on your skis alone?
you could
know?
you could drag it.
No, you could not in skis
On a sled, maybe.
Yeah,
All
probably.
with a
well,
horse.
All
It's a
right,
good place
let's.
to end the show.
Yeah,
So we
Stopping
get
the
to the
live
bullshit.
feed.
Holy shit! I forgot. There's something else there, wasn't there? Or did we just? What was this? Oh, we just talked about the $100 billion, $200 billion loss.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked about
Facebook.
that.
Yeah, we did.
No.
Yeah,
I was fact checking during that, so sorry.
I'm just
The
I'm
first
killing-
loss in 18 years.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Joe Biden inflation. Get clobbered by inflation.
Biden inflation.
By the
Yeah.
Inflation. He finally
What?
admitted that there might be inflation.
Yeah,
Oh,
finally
ladies
admit
Ladies
it.
and gentlemen, it has
Joe
been a
actually
pleasure.
said that we're getting crushed by inflation.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it's like you told me it wasn't real, and then you say it was transitory, and it's about to go away, and now I'm being crushed.
Crush, crush, crush.
At what time? The difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth is 6
3
to
months.
9 months.
3 months now.
Yep.
Oh, it could be misinformation now.
Yeah.
That's what it's called
Disinformation.
now.
Anyway, that was the show.
Yep.
If you guys had fun, seriously, give us a like, share us. Fuck the likes. The likes are cool, but share it out. Someone else might laugh at it and say, "Hey, what the hell? That was fun."
Yep.
That's the way to get the message out. We're not, granted, we're asking for money, but
We're not really
Nope.
asking for it.
we're not, and no one's giving us money.
Yeah, we don't expect it. We're just having fun here.
No, we really don't expect it. Like, it'd be nice if we got to pay for storage space.
Yeah.
Or buy some beer.
Yeah, or buy some
There we
beer.
go. There we go. Wine for me, cheap stuff, please.
Strawberry Hill.
Oh,
Well,
fuck
we could
no.
go to NIH to go like, hey, we want to be volunteers for this cocaine thing.
Yo, yeah.
Thing is, cocaine makes your dick not work right.
I don't.
I'm set.
What'd you say?
I said it. I'm set.
All right, is this show over? Can I stop it now?
Yeah.
I guess so, but like, hey, if you had fun, share it out. It's supposed to be fun. We're not trying to give you the news. We're just bullshitting. And
Yeah.
if you throw us a couple bucks here or there, even if it's a buck a week or even once every now and then, we only need $33 per person to pay for the storage space.
You did it, man.
The magic number.
The magic number.
Thank you. Clay, you need to check out the No Agenda show. I'm not kidding you. You're gonna love it.
Okay. All right.
That's our shit. Cut it.
You out?
They will be crickets.
Someday.